Okay, well, I think all these cards we have covered, or have they been spoiled? Oh, we have another legendary.
Do you want to give us the
Balance of
generic
Justice.
legendary?
Yeah,
Ty?
I'm on it right now. I love the art in this set. Makes you wonder who that character is. Kind of something I love about Fab. You'll see like art with
Dude, it's
characters
Shyana.
in it. It's not Shyana. There's no way. Nah, Shyana
She's
doesn't wear
generic.
art. She's not generic, dude. Oh, if anything, she's the opposite.
Maybe that's like Dory's mom or something.
Yeah, that
Dude,
could be.
Dory's
Kind of
mom
does
has
look
got
like
it
an
going
older
on.
Dory or
Shit,
something.
man.
Dory's mom got it going on.
Oh my god.
She's all I need.
Is that the name of the episode?
You people haven't been beat enough, and it shows.
Says the dude that spent like 3 episodes talking about using Data Doll as a sex doll.
That is true.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Big Deck Energy. We're on episode 24, and we're finally getting all of our spoilers for heavy hitters. So we're going to be covering a lot of those and some key cards that we think will hit the meta very well, and talk a little bit about the limited aspect of heavy hitters as well. Which cards will be better in limited, which cards will be better in CC. But as always, we're going to go through our week in Fab. I'm here joined with Bailey Hilton, Ben Clifford, and Tyler Barrett. And I am Josh Lucian, your host, but let's get into it this week. How's everybody's week in Fab?
Pretty good. We did a Blitz Armory at our shop. I played Professor Teklavasen.
How'd that go?
I played Prof. I went 2-2.
Still on that 2-2 grind.
Yeah, dude. Can't break the 500 curse. I'll get there. I don't know. It just seems like it's such a different way to play Flesh and Blood for me. Like I guess Icelander you can kind of say is similar to a fatigue deck where you're blocking a lot, but with Professor or normal Tekla, you really just block with like your whole hand most times.
Yeah.
And it's almost never right to like save to establish your freaking evos. It's really hard to find the windows for your evos. They kind of have to have like an off turn for it to be worth it. A lot of times is what I found. But yeah, I went 2-2. We had like, what was it, 11 or 12 players, Bailey? I think
It was 11, I think, because I ended up with a bye.
yeah. we had 11 players for our Blitz Armory, which was pretty dope.
You didn't hear that here, though. I still won 3-1.
Yeah, no O2 drop for Mr. Bailey.
Broke the curse.
Sorry, I just had to like shoehorn that in there somewhere. Suck it, Nathan.
Yeah, I was just about to get into my games. Round 1 got smoked by Nathan. He just gave me no time to
Was
do
he on
anything.
Data Doll?
He was on Fi.
On 5?
He fucking breaking point hit, destroy singularity that was in my arsenal for 5 turns. I had the remembrance in my hand, so I like in the face of death still remembered it back. It was just like for a chuckle, but he still just smashed me. I don't think I did a single damage to him. Well, I just didn't get a chance to like establish any evos in that game. And with Prof, you can't do the double evo thing with Teklo because you can't play them at instant speed. So you like play 1 per turn sort of. And if you ever miss a turn or two, it gets hairy with you not having a lot of life and stuff. But second game, I know I played Tucker's brother. He's a newer player on Bravo. He was like, I think he still had like a starter deck that was barely souped up. I gotta bring some cards for him next time. Who else? Gosh, I'm kind of blanking on who else I played. I don't know. I went 2-2 though. It was a good day. Teklo, I'm really starting to lean playing Teklo for our TN season. I think if I'm going to do it, the first week would be the week to do it. Just with, the kind of the meta being not established quite yet. I know that the players on the inside know what's going on, but you never really know with the RTNs in the local scenes. You know, people will bring their pet decks or their off meta choices a lot of times at these type of tournaments and stuff.
Why'd you glance over at me when you said that?
I did too. I mean, are you not an off meta guy? No.
Give me an example.
Oh, Riptide, Bolton, Decimator Axe.
That wasn't at like an RTN or something. Though. That was at an armory.
Well,
That's
yeah, but
true.
at an RTN, you'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna play. Wait, who are you on for like all season? And then you showed up with Icelander that day and just went 0-3. Do you remember that?
Fuck, I don't remember who I was on before that.
You were set in stone with your deck choice, I think, and then you just were like, nah, pivot, go with Icelander.
Might have
and
been
then
Bolton.
it might have been. It
I
might have
always-
been Bolton.
like, that's the last like 4 or 5 months. It's just been I'm gonna play Bolton. I'm gonna play Bravo.
He actually brought Bolton this week. Why don't you go
Sorry, were
next
you
with
still
your?
going then?
No, not
No.
really. I mean, I kind of am done.
Yeah,
But
so I finally showed up with Bolton this week. Much to everyone's disappointment, it wasn't my combo Sabres Bolton. It was Fatigue Bolton,
Yes, sir.
which you're laughing now, and I was too when I was building it, because I was like, "There's no way that this should work, like at all." I ended up losing round 1 to Tanner on Benji.
he beat me too.
It was close.
Yeah, he
It
beat me
was
too. Actually, I just remembered.
really close. It came down to like 1-1, and he hit, or he didn't hit, but he was, I can't remember what he was coming in, but it was like a something for 3, and he had like 1 resource up, and he'd already played 1 Razor, so I was reading like a Razor in his arsenal.
He killed me with the Razor too. Now that I think of
So-
it, fucker.
So I gave
Razor,
I gave it the
No, it was a rapid reflex, the 0 cost.
The zero
It
cost
only
ninja.
yeah,
Yep.
it's a rapid reflex. It's like a shitty Razor. He killed me with that one, not even the Razor.
I think it was like a Meeps or something. Yeah, it was a Meeps. And that, what is that attack for?
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, on hit. Drop
So he threw the Meeps out. So I gave it the armor block, the 2 block on my last piece of armor, reading the Razor and Arsenal, and I was holding up a D-React in hand because I didn't have an Arsenal. And then he just goes, okay, plays out the fucking Spring Tidings from Arsenal for 3. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
So it was a good game though. GG, buddy. Round 2 I had the bye, so that's an easy win. I played, was it Tucker's brother?
Mhm.
Yeah, I played him round 3. Took that one.
He's just getting into Fab.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I think he said he'd only played like 6 or 7
Mm-hmm.
times. He was getting Bravo though. I mean,
Yeah, he had his
Bravo's
crippling crushes in the deck that Tucker gave
I know,
him.
he
And
hit me with
I remember
crippling,
the first time he came and he was still on Bravo, and we had a pretty close game with Bravo and Katsu when I had my bye in CC. So, but Blitz is also a whole different ball game. But it's good to see that he made it out again.
Yeah.
yeah,
That one started so rough for me. It was like turn 1, he dominated Crippling, or there was no turn 2, dominated Crippling off of Bravo, and I was like, fuck. And then the next turn he like pummeled something, and then the turn after was like the second Crippling, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, let me keep some cards, please. And then I don't know. Once he ran out of those, it kind of like just ran out of steam. It was. I think you were saying earlier there's a lot of like yellows and stuff in it. So
yeah. I think it was still like a starter deck or
Yeah.
the beginnings of one. He like bought the starter deck and only
Was it
put
the
the
history
cripplings in
one?
it.
yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, the history ones actually aren't bad. I will
No,
say some of
Just
those
need to
history
toss some more
ones.
blues into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going through the deck, just looking through, there's just easy cuts and
I didn't
Yeah.
see any
replacements you
Tower
can
and
do.
Titans.
Some of them yellows. No, of course not, Bingley.
I love it.
Anyways, I played Zach.
Speaking of that, are you
round 3.
ever going to play that deck? You've played it one time, I think, at the shop, but it's this
I have-
fabled freaking, this
Hey.
deck that just is mysterious. And he,
Hey, as soon as Heavy Hitters comes.
I'll bring it to pre-release.
yeah, oh yeah, will you?
I forgot who Zach was on.
Did he play Prism? Oh no,
Don't
he
think
played
it was
Valda.
Prism.
He played Valda.
Yeah, Zach, good game, buddy. I cooked him. It was back-to-back turns. So turn 1 and turn 2, I had my red sigils. So I started up like 26.
Ooh.
And then I think I was at like 18 by the time the game closed out.
No healing bombs?
No.
Yeah. That was one of my
Brothers
tech
in
cards
Arms.
in Teklo recently. Brothers in Arms? Yeah, that's a good one.
What the fuck is the other one? Rally the Rear Guard.
Yep.
Jeez, dude. And Decimator Axe.
Yeah,
What the
Decimator,
fuck?
Sink Below, Fate for Scene,
Mhm.
Soul Food, or Soul Shield, not Soul Food.
I was going to say, that card is...
Unmovables.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if you had some weird soul food deck, though.
Dude,
No, that would be like a Cliff thing.
that's
Okay,
a that's
don't
Oh,
a
me
yeah,
into
man.
that.
turn,
Cliff.
turn one
Soul
only. Turn one only.
Yeah, that is about the
No,
only
Cliff
time
will
you play
run
that.
3 of them.
And Blitz too. Legal deck.
Damn,
I'm,
Cliff.
I'm sensing that people are talking shit about you.
No. We're just talking about your deck building prowess.
Speaking of deck building prowess, how was your weekend, Fab Cliff?
So I decided to bring Max to his first armory.
Okay.
Ended 1, and I honestly should have been 3-0, but I punted my second game.
Yep.
But
yep.
to get the match breakdown, game 1 was against the Valda. Wes was piloting his Valda deck. And turn 3, I throw Construct out, and he just gave me Nux, and then I just proceeded to smash him. Game 2 was against a Riptide, and honestly, Riptide feels bad playing against when you're playing a mech deck, especially when I'm boosting so much and I'm trying to figure out how to get shit out.
Oh yeah, you
Having
trigger all his traps.
all of his traps.
I was gonna
So-
say with Teklo, it feels the opposite though. Teklo obviously is not your typical mech deck, but I was playing. That's actually reminded me of who my other opponent was. But I played a Riptide and felt unwinnable for Tucker.
Really?
Yeah. Like I just blocked literally everything and had enough block for everything.
Typically,
Gained life.
that's where Riptide shines too, is in Blitz because of his
Because of the
trap
trap
pings.
damage.
Yeah.
Well, I think you just,
That's
like-
the big thing is the trap.
Yep. Yeah. No, for sure. But when you both want to play slowly and have this long game, and then Teklo just has this like inevitability, like it just seems kind of.
I am inevitable.
Dude, he is. Every time I
I
transform
had
him, I
the,
just feel like fucking boss, man. It's like
I had the
it's
opportunity
so
to get my
unfair.
construct out that Riptide game and opted against it, thinking that it would be safer to do it a different way I was thinking about. That turned out to be the very wrong decision. And yeah, that he trapped me to death. So there wasn't too much I could do that game.
Yeah.
I punted it.
Yeah.
Game 3 was against a Bravo deck. It was the shop owner who just grabbed a starter Bravo deck and slapped her down. Was like, all right, I'm going to play in this armory with y'all since you're short one. So I let him borrow my tunic and the Crown of Providence so that he'd have those at least.
Nice.
But I'm going to be honest, this guy, when I first came to the shop owner, he was like, like learning the ropes and stuff. But the game he was playing that Bravo starter deck, he felt really like he knew what was going on. And after the game, he's like, I actually really like this Bravo deck, and started asking me about what cards would have Guardian stuff. And I'm like, dude, yes.
Yeah, it's the best when people show interest and you're just like, ha, gotcha, bitch.
Yep, but that game was pretty fun because he was blocking everything, right? So I had to figure out a way to be able to try to get damage through, and I ended up killing him with no cards left in my deck because of Construct.
Wow.
I got Construct out the turn, I ran out of deck. So I had a fistful of cards, I had Construct and a card in Arsenal.
Just the way you drew it up, dude.
The card in Arsenal was stupid. I should have pitched it for another Hyperdriver because I don't have any way to give Go Again now.
Yeah.
The card I could have used to give Go Again is sitting in my arsenal. So everything became relegated to block except Construct, but I was able to chip him down and block everything out that he threw. But the Construct plan for Max feels good. It feels really good. I'm honestly pretty impressed with just how it moves.
I really think Nitro Mechanoid was made for Max, like 100%.
It feels like it. It's so
even though
feels
Dash
like
is
Wasn't his
in the
name
art,
Nitro Max? Max the
Max
Hype
Nitro,
Nitro?
Max the Hype
Max
Nitro,
the Hype
yeah.
Nitro.
But it does
They
show
love their
Daff
puns.
in the art.
That-
Well, I was going to
There
say
are
on the ad.
Oh,
there
Dad.
are Etsy. On Etsy, there is
Oh
like
god,
it-
some
Oh,
altars.
God,
Here we
some
go.
altar
Here
arts.
goes
Here we go
Cliff and
again.
his fucking altars.
yeah, it's fucking Max in the Nitro instead of Dash though.
That
And they're
makes sense.
full
That's actually
art-
dope.
They're full art,
That's actually dope.
and I've thought about buying them.
No,
That
you have
makes
cold
sense.
foils on their way. They're just a little backed up.
Yeah. I'm so excited for that, dude. But in totality for how my week in Fab went, Max feels great. However, I'm a little bit worried about Riptide now.
Yeah. I could see
And
how you're
every-
boosting like that being just a total
Gas
Because
up,
he's able to
liability,
block-
getting your
Yeah,
hyper drivers.
He's able
like,
to block as effectively as the Guardians
Yeah.
are.
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
what he's also doing is that trap ping.
Yeah.
Where every time I give go again, he's like, here, take a frailty. Or Pitfall from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Pitfall, I love playing that card on people. After having it played against me, wow, that card is a bitch.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
Pitfall sucks.
collapsing trap is really good too. I mean, collapsing trap can be detrimental.
He
If you
never
save
got
that
a
towards-
collapsing off on me,
Really?
thank God. Because I probably would have cried if he collapsing trapped me, and it was the turn that I could have gotten Construct out.
That's fair.
I
there-
probably would have been toast.
I wonder, so is there like a way, or I don't know how you have your sideboard set up. It was Blitz, right? You said?
Yes.
Because I know like in CC, the max decks are doing the Nitro plan, and they also have the Hyperdriver, or not Hyperdriver, sorry, the pistol with the items and giving it go again, doing like the pistol fatigue plan. And they can just kind of switch from, plan to plan. I was wondering if that is like something that you're on, or is it just all straight up Nitro Mechanoid?
So it's something that I'm thinking about, but instead of doing the pistol plan, I'm honestly it's probably greedy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly debating throwing in two max Vs, just because of how much resource I can generate in turn. It's a little ridiculous.
I'm surprised you just like don't run those anyways. Doesn't Max
I
like
would.
want those? Or are you
For the Nitro plan, though,
you have twin drives
what
and shit?
Max? No, I hate the card Twin Drive. If I'm being honest.
Wow, really?
I don't know why that is a $35 card. Well, I do, but
It's an enabler. It just enables a lot of things.
It enables a lot. I will give it that. But I'd much rather use Heist or just have like my throttle, which is 6 for 2 go again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what the max is allowing us to do is use more of those 2 and 3 power attacks. And that's why I'm a little bit hesitant just to try to throw Max V in there as well. Because having to pay 8 resource in a turn to get everything off seems pretty steep.
Yeah.
Granted, it's possible, but I feel like it's asking a lot to have a consistent Nitro Mechanoid deck and a consistent maximum velocity deck.
Yeah. I think just with decks that are trying to fatigue you, if you just like do that to them with your pistol, it's kind of one of your outs in those matchups, you know?
That's the main reason why the people on the construct plans are using the pistol. It's to try to help prevent them getting fatigued. Because that after playing 2 Guardians and then a Riptide for the Armory,
Yeah.
I'm like, fatigue is definitely an issue. Even if I can get the construct out, if they can block out all the attacks from my construct, I can't attack with that anymore.
Yeah. On average,
And it just gets relegated to block.
how many cards do you think you boost per turn?
Probably 2. I'd
Yeah,
say
one,
average is
1 to 2.
And that's not including if I roll into Teclo, which would bring the average probably to 3 to 4.
Yeah, when you're boosting that much and they're just wanting to block, it's tough going. Those games can kind
Right.
of snowball quickly, you know.
It's why I'm debating instead of Max V, I honestly think I'm going to do Payload. 2 cost, 6 power, dominate.
Payload's a great finisher for sure.
Yeah, Joe was on that card. One of our old mech players was on that card, I know.
It's always been in
Pretty
the
good.
back of my mind. I always had it in my sideboards for just a Phantasm Popper.
Yep.
I honestly think I probably should have been main decking at least 2. Because just that, out of nowhere, 6 power dominate.
Mhm.
That is an issue.
No, yeah, it's good. It's a good finisher for sure. Also a popper,
And I
like you
ju-
said.
The last thing I'm going to say for my weekend fab is, I've said it before, I've said it again. Gas Up, for anyone out there doing the Nitro Mechanoid plan, Gas Up is probably the best card that has been printed for that. Gas Up is dumb.
Gives you one from Banish Zone, right? Or discard
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's how I ended up. That card is what won me that Bravo game.
Yeah.
Is I played a Gas Up from Arsenal, which brought in a Hyperdriver. I had my 0 to 60, so I boosted. It got me to the 3 resource. Pitched it, get Construct out, attack with Construct twice because you're able to crank the Hyperdriver you bring in. So it's giving you +4 damage on your next boost and an additional action point for your Construct. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that is
Absolute
crazy.
gas. Yeah.
Dude, this kind of reminds me too when I transformed I wasn't transforming Teklo right for most of my time playing him. When you transform him from all of the Steel Souls, they all trigger twice.
Yep.
So what happens is you get 2 intellect from the head. You get to shuffle back 2, or no, not shuffle. You put 2 tanks most times, 5th from the top. You get 6 resources from the chest, and you get 2 action points from the legs. And his attack is not a once per turn.
No, you can.
So you
attack
just
multiple times.
attack twice with him sometimes when you don't have a hand. I had no idea. I just didn't know that.
Yeah, it's double.
And then you drop to 5, and there's just no way for them to come back ever.
That's why
it's
those
such a crazy tempo swing.
That's why I would wait to set up into Singularity when you have all your Steel Souls.
Yeah,
Because if you do it
that's
when you
the
have
goal.
your Evo Sentry,
Yep,
it's just like booty.
nothing
but
happens.
You can go off on that turn when you transform.
It allows you to still do something when you're
Exactly.
transforming.
Exactly.
So, the goal of it is getting all the blue ones out there. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, feels broken.
Well,
mechs do crazy weird things.
my weekend fab was round 1 into a Unicorn versus Dragon double IPA. Round 2 was into the same thing. Round 3 was into a McGolden Light to be
Nice.
specific.
Got some
No,
natty
I
ice in
didn't
there
play
or-
too much. I didn't play too much of fab. I went to a wild game actually to go watch my boss play for the Coyotes. So they absolutely crushed them. 6-0. Ruined
Damn.
them.
Damn.
Got to enjoy a beer with Mr. Rudolph, Kyle Rudolph.
Oh wow,
Yep. It was
old
pretty
Vikings tight end.
Good. Yep.
Yep.
It was good. It was fun.
Ty.
Yo,
Can I just say, I've been trying to get you into the mechs for so fucking long, man.
I'm there,
I've
dude.
been trying.
Cliff, I'm there, dude. No, I think I'm
Yeah,
thinking about foiling out the deck and getting the marvels and getting the Teklo hero cold foil and doing.
They're
actually
sick,
doing-
aren't they?
No, here's
trying to figure everything out. It's there's so many things that you can try to finagle and tweak in order to get something to work with the mechs.
yeah, 100%.
They're just so cool.
The most recent thing that I figured out is healing balm. Just put 3 healing balms, 3 sigils, so now I can still kind of save a card to do something on my turn sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you only have to
that
block
actually-
with 2 cards, you then get to do an Evo at instant from your banish, and then you can still, whenever you can.
Also
just healing
fabricate,
balm, you
dude.
know?
Fabricate. That's one of my favorite cards. I can't believe how low I was on that
Why
card.
did you hate? I told you
Bro,
that card was good.
Okay, here's why. Here's why. A lot of
That
times I'll
card's
read a card.
amazing.
I'll read a card, right? And I'll just be like, and theoretically, it just won't, or like that. I think about it theoretically, and then it in practice, you'll just realize it. I have to realize it in
Yep.
play to then to prove to myself
to actually do the
I
thing
do.
to make it viable. No, I
I
mean,
think a lot.
you did bring up your card evaluation.
It's bad. It's not good, dude. I think a lot of good cards are
So-
bad. I thought the tome wasn't very
This
good.
is a perfect
I thought
segue.
the tome wasn't
Hold on.
very good.
This is a perfect segue
Okay.
for us to go in to evaluate some cards of heavy hitters because we're recording
get
late,
'em all
guys. We'll see how it goes.
Ben, you want to start with some of the brute spoilers?
Hold on. I want to say one thing. If you go to Fabrary and you show placeholders and you turn it on, what goes in between weapons and heroes?
Space.
Armor.
Demi-hero.
A demi hero.
Armor is all after weapons because
Well,
the
wait, hold on.
legendary is the first armor
Hold on.
piece after
Hold on. Does
weapons.
Reinhardt have his token?
And there's supposed to be 6 or 5 legendaries in the set, Bailey.
I bet you it's a token. It's
No.
the token weapon,
They released all the weapons.
not the token weapon. The Rhinar, the brutes don't have the token weapon yet confirmed.
Are there any token weapons? Or are they all common?
No, every class gets a token weapon.
There's
like,
a common
Oh yeah,
weapon.
the high riser. Yeah.
like
It
every
probably
class
is
will
the
have a
weapon, yeah.
default one, and then
Yeah,
that's
but there's nothing between. There's no token weapon for
Well, I'm
Guardian,
just-
and there's no placeholder.
is. Yeah.
No, there's
Yeah, there is.
yeah, high riser.
High Riser's not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Yeah, zoom in.
you're right.
So I think after Rhinar is just
The weapon.
yeah, it'll be claws or club or something.
Hmm.
Maybe they give him a new one. That'd be cool. Are they really gonna shaft Rhinar? Just give him claws.
I
Here's
want
Rhinar and
I want
claws.
a demi hero
old
for
art.
Rhinar. Come on, give me a demi hero.
Yeah, I would love it too, man. But it doesn't look
no,
like it.
I don't think a demi hero with Rhinar is what. I think that is a horrible.
No, make him go rampage, bro.
No, because what it does is Rhinar's always been a hero that's always been middle of the pack, right?
Demi hero.
Like,
He starts off with
granted-
2 action points every turn,
Oh
Jeez.
God, no.
and
Absolutely,
it's very
fucking
hard
not.
to hit. Come on, why not?
Absolutely not.
Bro.
Ben, you're the brute player. Shouldn't you be like in favor of this?
The thing is Rhinar as he stands is already a good deck. He's not top of the meta, but he's certainly not bottom of the barrel, right? He's in a good spot. There is a little bit of inconsistency, but I think just from what we've seen from Heavy Hitter, he's going to be able to narrow that down, and he's probably going to boost himself up quite a bit.
I actually agree with
Rhinar's going to be an issue after Heavy Hitters, especially because of those instant discard cards.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Those
people are
were-
going to start understanding how good Intimidate is. Like a
Intimidate's
lot of
an
people,
amazing.
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh wait, this isn't even like Fab."
It's amazing.
If you
It's
give
just not
him
viable
a
now.
demi hero on top of that, it's just no. It's setting a bad precedence in my mind if we give Rhinar a demi, because on top of that, Rhinar is one of the first heroes that was ever released in Flesh and Blood. And then if they just decide, okay, we're just going to give this guy a demi hero, I just don't think that sets a good precedence.
I mean, we've gotten a
It just-
demi hero in 2 sets. The past 2
Yeah,
sets.
I know, but new releases.
One of them
and
was a
such-
brute.
One of them was for Levia, yes, but given
Where's
the
fucking trolling clip?
All right.
just given the
Well-
history between Levia and Rhinar's performance, though, who needed the assistance more?
All right. Well, let's get into the weapons.
Definitely
anyways.
Levia. No, it
Let's
was
get into the
Yeah.
weapons. Cliff, hit the weapons. What do you think of these?
Yeah, we just got like a ton of stuff over the last few
Yeah,
days.
I'm trying to find all the crap on the Fabrary. Okay. So we've got the Ball Breaker and the Mini Meat Axe, right? By the way, huge missed opportunity to have a weapon called the Ball
No,
Buster.
dude, they
Ball buster.
100% knew what they were doing with that. Plus the other card that I sent you, they knew.
Probably.
Oh, I love some of these
But-
names. Some of these names are just spot on. I mean, they do so well with the puns and the
Yep.
yeah, the double.
I will
meanings.
say, I think both of the weapons are solid. I think there might be a little bit of disgustingness you can do with the Mini Meat Axe. I do not believe for an instant that either are better than the Romping Club, though. I think Romping Club is still the premier Rhinar weapon.
I don't know.
I don't think
Do
we're
you-
getting Romping Club in this set though. I
do
think
you-
it'll be claws probably.
Do you think
the
you
token
run
weapon we get?
Mini Meat Axe with like the,
I don't think you run that card.
with the scab skins?
No, well, I was actually thinking more of in limited or sealed, like
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
draft, like you just
don't
kill
think you-
yourself with
yeah,
that card,
no,
right?
I
Like,
don't
you
think you
can't
run it
ever
in
play that. I
draft.
feel like that's kind of
I think we'll have to wait to see what the like token brute weapon
Mm-hmm.
is. But
Ball Breaker seems pretty solid though.
yeah.
I think out of the two, Ball Breaker seems the most solid. I do like that weapon. But it is literally a Romping Club that comes in for one less.
Right,
Yeah.
it's conditional Romping Club.
Yeah.
Medax just seems though like if you were to draft it, like you get the 2 for the 3 swing, but having to discard every turn, just eating away at your deck
Yeah.
would just kind
I
of.
feel like you kind of just kill yourself to that in like a limited environment.
I love that we're getting rare, and it looks like a bunch of different rare weapons. So the draft experience is going to be, Well, yeah, we'll have like weapons to draft
More varied
for
yeah.
like the first time crew. I think I don't know if we've ever really had rare weapons to draft. All of the rare weapons we've had have all been in supplementary sets.
True.
Crew, Dynasty.
True.
Oh, that's fair.
So this is gonna like really actually shake up the way you draft. Like if you get these specializations, actually, which is some of the next cards here, we have some armor pieces.
Yeah, what about some of the armor?
Yeah, we can talk about these gloves here for a second. I want to get Cliff's take on these gloves. He has not. I have not talked to Cliff at all about these gloves, and I wanted to save it for the pod.
For the Apex Bonebreaker?
Yes, I wanted to get your take to see.
Do you want to
if
read it out, Josh?
I agree.
I can read it out. So Apex Bonebreaker is when this defends together with a card with 6 or more power, create a might token. It's got temper 2. I think they're amazing.
And the brutes get their legendary arms.
I think they're amazing. It
They've-
allows you to block
they've
with
been-
the card,
They've been struggling
gain ability.
with finding.
I
arm
like
piece.
it.
True.
I really like it, but I think we needed something akin to Gamblers for Brutes.
I had a feeling that Cliff was not going to like this card. I really did. I think it's
No,
incredibly
I like this card. This
Yeah.
card is great.
yeah.
Help
Personally,
just doesn't
I
help with
wanted
any
a better
rolling dice.
Gamblers.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
you think about it, a lot of the brute block is amazing. So you got your scab skins that are, battle worn 3. You got the scowling flesh bag that is a 2 blade break when blocked with.
But it intimidates, too. I
that
actually
too.
just gave Drew my extra today for his.
Well, yeah,
And then
they've
I
been
heard you
kind
helped
of
them build
their gloves have been an issue,
Yeah.
historically, where
Yeah.
they don't really have a good blocking gloves. So this was just kind of an all around good upgrade for them. I think like the might token gives this a little extra value, so it's kind of like blocking for 3 total, but then you get 2 might tokens, so it's kind of like blocking, or you're getting like 5 points of value out of this card.
Because here's my thought on it. Because a might token gives you +1 on your next attack, correct? So when you have Mandible Claw and it's higher damage than it is, it gives it go again. So you're able to swing Mandible Claw first and then go into an
I
attack
thought
from
Mandible
Arsenal.
got go again if you've discarded a 6.
Yeah.
Is it
Mandibles
discard?
getting discarded.
I think so.
It's discard. It's
Shit,
discard.
I thought it was if it gains damage. If it was gain
No.
damage,
Warrior guy over here.
I don't
he's
use
too
it. I use
focused on
romping.
Dawnblade.
so don't talk to me about that. But still, gaining a might token off of a block for your next turn just to have another attack come in for a higher power, can never complain.
Yes.
The one complaint I actually do have about all these freaking tokens, like the one thing about Outsiders that I didn't necessarily love was all of the freaking tokens you had to keep track of. Whereas in Flesh and Blood, one of the things that really drew me to the game too, when I was learning about the game, was you just like clean the board every turn. It's like
Yeah.
very clean, and like
Yep.
it's just this attack and my defense, this attack and my defense. Like that's it. That's the game. And when you like muck it up with all this crap, you have to like track and stuff, and it's just like a one turn. It's in play for 15 or 20 seconds. Literally, some of these tokens. When you're like
Yeah.
cycling through turns. The might token, the vigor token, all these freaking agility tokens. It's gonna feel a lot like Outsiders in that way.
Think they're gonna give out cold ones for pre-release?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be like cold foil versions somewhere. Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, some of the equipment is also very interesting in the rare slot aspect. I mean, we got Knucklehead, which is a KO specialization. Action, destroy this, roll 6-sided die. Until end of turn, you have base intellect. Is this number rolled? Temper
So, could be a Shyana card.
Hey,
You can play Ready to Roll with
There's a lot
Shyana.
of Shyana equipment.
You can play Ready to Roll with Shyana. And you can also play Gambler's Gloves.
Shyana
Gotta remember
just
about
became the most
Gambler's
kidded
Glove.
fucking hero in this game with this set. Man.
Realistically, though, you probably just don't play this over Crown of Providence. But, like, I don't know. She has a lot of shitty blue cards. Like, some
You
of...
run that Kasai one, dude. That's what you run.
Well,
That Kasai headpiece.
we'll get there, Cliff. I know, yeah, the red hood or whatever. Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. All these specializations, when I first saw them, I'm like, oh, shit, which one of these can I play in Shyana? I just going through them. But, dude, KO, I think this is just, like, so fun for KO.
Knucklehead is also, I mean, it's a 2-temper.
Yeah,
Rare,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
The
that's
power
good.
level on all of these seems, like, very good. Very,
Does.
like, stronger than recent sets. It feels,
Yes.
just kind of at first glance when I was looking through some of these today. And I love how like does the adult KO play this card, or is this meant for like the young KO with that rolls and it's all about rolling dice and.
See, the intimidating on somebody else's turn is pretty detrimental. I mean, in itself, if you run Scowling Fleshbag.
This seems like a blitz, like the old.
I would
the old
agree
KO.
that it seems like a blitz type thing.
Yeah.
Which,
For
I
like
mean,
OG
limited.
KO?
Yeah. Maybe OG KO, maybe.
That's what I'm talking about. The blitz one, the one that cares about rolling dice. You know.
I mean, yeah, if you get multiple action points in a turn, it doesn't have go again.
No, you're meant to just like draw a bunch of cards with it though at the end of your turn. You know?
True. But how often are you trying to really
This is just
go
like
into
you
go
just,
again?
let's say you just block with your whole hand, and you just for your action you just break this. It
'Cause
doesn't cost anything.
It still doesn't matter too much because you're still rolling a dice for like your damage output. So I mean, like you can help.
No, but don't you
benefit
have
the
cards
damage.
that like let you like roll more dice and
Yeah, ready to roll, and that's it. Other than Gambler's Gloves.
There's no cards that like let you re-roll. No. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I thought KO was just like always rolling dice, but yeah, maybe you're right. It's just for the
he
attack.
is for his attack,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it's just to make it either halved or doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
This seems like this could just really like screw players over though. You just
I think
roll a one.
it's a big limited card, to be honest.
I
Like a really big
don't
limited.
know if I'd want
You want to risk it for the biscuit, dude?
I would 100%.
Imagine the fucking game's on the line. And you roll like a 1 or a 2.
Not even that.
just draw
Not
one
even that,
card.
boys. You wouldn't even use that for limited. You just go with the 3 block.
Like
On a
Oh,
head
you're
piece.
probably right. No, you would just never activate
No.
it. No, you're right, Josh.
No.
I think the only thing that is good for is the 3 block. Like
Yeah.
the only rolls that benefit you, like 20% of the rolls are the ones that benefit you, right? Because 4 essentially does nothing. 1, 2, and 3 are so detrimental.
Yes.
And then on the off chance that you get like a 5 or a 6, you're rolling. Pun intended. But then you're rolling. But like, it's only those 2 that really do anything for you.
That's true.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next headpiece. We have a. Isn't this card basically just like the headpiece that they already have? Cliff, did you see the Rhinar
It's got
specialization?
one battle worn block.
Are you
bro.
talking about Monstrous Veil?
Yes.
Is that the one we're talking about?
Yes.
It's fucking Skullhorn.
with a block?
That's what I said.
With a block.
Does Skullhorn
It's
not block?
Skullhorn, but with a physical block.
Skullhorn has Arcane Barrier.
So it blocks for 0?
Arcane Barrier 2.
And it blocks for 0? For real?
Blocks for 0.
Oh, wow.
It is basically just Skullhorn.
Yeah, but
But
then you could actually run this instead of Skullhorn and just keep Skullhorn for the matchups when you need the.
Does this just become your
Arcane
like
Barrier.
default headpiece now, Cliff?
No, Scowling Flesh.
No, absolutely not. Scowling Fleshbag. I don't know what.
Shows how much I know about
Scowling
rules.
Fleshbag is beyond better, dude.
No, you're right. I forgot about that card.
No.
I mean, old Rhinar may be viable, but
I love how, like, if you open one of these specializations, maybe not the KO head, I don't know. Actually, dude, blocking 3, like you said, it could be so huge and limited. Like,
Limited's
we
gonna
usually
be
don't
fun
have
with this
access
deck.
to blocks like that in a limited format.
No.
You just kind of are left with these bullshit block 1s. A lot
one
of
battle
times.
worn at best.
Oh no, a lot of the shit's even blade break or just
Not
if
even
you're playing
battle
like
worn.
tails, you
You have
just
to
have no
pay-
block.
you have to, like,
Gallantry
pay
Gold
2 to
battle worn
prevent-
1 when you get the buffs on your attacks.
That was a
with
different.
weapons.
That was a different world, though.
That was
What
was
set was
old Flesh and
Gallantry?
Blood.
What set was Gallantry?
Monarch.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, it's interesting that a lot of these cards actually have blocks. So
Yeah.
a lot of the equipment actually is block.
These
so.
double token equipments, I think, are all going to be pretty good and limited. If you have an agility, if you have a might, this one says the raw meat one I'm looking at. There's a couple. There's like a cycle of these.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. We got fucking Raw Schmeat. The Ball Breaker, fucking Pound Town. Dude, LSS
Pound
went
Town. That was.
wild
I saw
on
that
this
card
set.
today. It was made me
Going
giggle.
wild.
Yeah.
They went wild.
Let's see.
Pound Town's a great.
The thing
card.
is, too, I think brutes want to run Pound Town.
So we got
3 for 7,
the
block
Victor. We got the Victor token weapon, so we know what his default weapon will be. Just pretty much shitty Titan's
high
Fist,
riser?
right?
Yeah.
Um,
That's what you're talking about, right? It's the
Yep.
high riser.
I still think it's like still a fine weapon to be playing in a limited format.
in limited.
You can just
yeah.
fatigue people, but you know, not everything's going to be blocking for 3. So,
It's just a question of whether or not you get the blues you need in limited to.
yeah, for
If
sure.
you're- If you're able to get the gold token quite often, I mean, you're essentially just utilizing a gold token to cycle cards in your hand to set up a next turn,
Yeah.
and then just swinging High Riser for 4. It's almost a better Titan's Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't
For-
know
for
if Victor's
these-
going to
for
be
these
very good
heroes.
in limited. I think I think he might be
he's
the
gonna
weak,
be a
the weaker
CC
one.
or like a constructed
Might be.
hero.
But if you're trying to fatigue someone, maybe
But-
I mean Guardians are always known to do that.
We got his shield.
Yeah,
too.
you want to go over his shield, Bailey?
Yeah, so we have the Aurum Aegis, 2-block temper. This counts as a gold.
So fucking cool. I just love like thematically thinking about him like having this, you know, last resort back pocket trick that he can just be like, just cash in my fucking shields for whatever I need to do, or you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I think it fits his
Yeah, like I
character.
was saying, like
Would you maybe use this in Shyana? Just run like a different
the only
offhand,
weapon she can
I-
run is
well,
the,
so
double shield.
well, like the Talishar
No, you
actually
can't run
comes-
2 offhands. You can't run 2 offhands. my bad.
flail and the shield. Vincent's flail and the shield.
I suppose like I could do
The
that.
flail isn't a specialization though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the
Vincent's
only.
it is, it
it's the-
is.
so I have
It
Talishar
is.
and Flail are the only weapons that Shyana can use. And like,
Tie.
dude, Talishar is actually dope.
Tie.
No, that dude, Talishar, dude. Let me tell you what. On some turns, just weird, random, like go again turns, while I have like an E strike into Talishar or something like. It comes in handy, and you only usually attack with it 2 or 3 times, anyways. You don't need to. So when it like loses the ability to attack, it's like who cares? You're either
Yeah.
dead or you won the game, but.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would need something else. If I had some cool sword next to it, I would definitely fucking run this in Shyana.
Yeah.
True.
No, like I was saying though, when this was spoiled, like I mean, best case scenario is it's a 3-block offhand, right? So you're saving 3 life right there.
Maybe,
And like worst case, it's a 2-block, and then you cash it in to like draw 2.
maybe
like-
like I was talking last week about how do I find gold? How do I make gold to play these Kasai? Yeah,
There's your
these
answer.
Kasai
There's
Centauri
your
cell
answer.
swords.
With
Like,
a Kasai specialization.
yeah, I'm gonna use the shield to pay for the Kasai specialization, bro. That's
Yes.
that's goals right there, dude.
So on every turn, can you just utilize it as a gold?
No, you like so
No.
things that will like make you discard a
No.
gold or something, right? Is
Yeah.
you can like
Those
or
effects. It's
maybe
not like an actual gold token.
for the not the amount of gold you have in play, this happens. This would just count as one, you know.
If it counted as an actual gold, just a cycle, that'd be nuts.
Oh, if you could actually like pitch 2 to
That'd
like
be
break it
insane.
and draw eventually.
Not even break it. I mean, just until you break it with temper, or somebody breaks it, like a guardian with a -1 counter.
This thing seems so good. There's just so many like every legendary that I saw
Yeah.
in the last few days has seemed like
That shield seems really,
Mhm.
really like
don't-
on the nuts for the kind of power that we're looking for. Because there's so many options that it enables. Then,
Yeah. The only legendary.
although, oh boys, that one card that if it hits, you can steal an opponent's gold token. Could they steal Victor's shield?
well, if it says the word gold token, I don't know if this counts as a token.
No, it just counts as a gold, not as a token.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if you could.
Yoink! Thank
Does,
you.
does that
I-
card special? I need to look at that right
no, I
now.
think they very
Judge.
intentionally
Judge.
did it as a gold and not a gold token. Just because I feel like they're trying to minimize like you ever handling your opponent's cards. Right, because that just opens up so much like confusion and things like that.
Yeah,
Like
tell that to Yorick.
Yorick. Well, yeah, but he's a joke hero. Like he's not meant for
That's true. You're right.
like actual play.
Yeah, it does always feel kind of wrong when an Arachne player reaches over with their greasy, grimy hands and they fucking go to pick your deck up, you know? And they're just like,
Hey.
I'm always just like, stop.
I'm hearing some Arachne hate
I'll
here.
flip it for you. I'll lift it.
I'm gonna start bringing a fly swatter to RTN.
Yeah. Get off my deck. Bitch, you better ask. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, so pay up. What it would, the reading says if defending hero controls a gold, this gains overpower. So if they're running shield, then that card has
then it gets
automatic.
overpower. Yeah.
But it specifies gold token.
Ah,
Yeah,
So
and that is not
you
a token.
you could not steal Victor's shield. Damn it! That would have been so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, what about the Stonewall Impasse?
I think that's gonna be good too.
I think that's going to be great.
Yeah, it can trigger clash.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
That's anything in Victor to trigger clash. I mean, we still, I guess, don't have all of the Guardian stuff, but I have not seen a whole lot that lets you clash outside of blocks, and I'm still not big on blocks.
There's going to be a ton of rules questions with this card, though. I can already see it. Because of the way Temper is. This is actually like something I learned with Fabricate, where I think I've already said this. With the 2 counters on the Evil Steel Souls, when you Fabricate, you bring them up to 4. When you block with them, you get that extra block, so you'll be blocking for 2, and then the chain closes, but it sees it's at 4 instead of 3, so the Temper doesn't trigger. Mm-hmm. And so if you win the clash, it'll go up to 2 block. Combat chain will close. It'll get a -1 counter. Or no, is that only if you lose? Oh yeah, Temper. No matter what, you get the -1 counter, right? But people are gonna wonder if that +1 is still active, and it will be active.
It will be.
So you won't lose the shield if you win the clash.
Yeah.
I just can already see that that's gonna be kind of like a.
The issue with Stonewall Impasse is, you can kind of mitigate it a bit. You might value, but the temper counters you get from the -1 don't go away. The +1 you get from winning the clash does go away at the end of turn.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you do win the clash, you'll still keep this around for another block to just maybe trigger another clash next turn.
Exactly.
That's like, but yeah, seems like if you get it in a draft, or if this could be.
I think it'll be a great draft card.
A great pickup, yeah.
If you're on Victor, I think you'll, especially on Victor. Like, I mean, Betsy will probably want it too in limited, just because it is a block on the off.
Well, how many shields are we getting? Probably this one and the other one, right? Like, this is probably the only, like, the lowest rarity shield, so I'm sure it'll be like kind of a hot pickup.
Yeah, but I think Victor especially, just to trigger the clash and then keep going. And then we got his helmet too, the golden glare.
Looks dope with the lion on there.
The art looks dope. The card text did not look so dope. In my opinion.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
It's very situational, and
It also has blade break, which is very strange to me.
Guardian equipment too.
Seems weird. Yeah, everything else has like
Guardians,
temper and
blade
shit.
break.
Like we're seeing all these temper
You telling me Victor
specializations.
cheaped
and-
out on his fucking helmet and was like, give it blade break. No.
You're so right. There's no way.
But when it defends together with 2 or more yellow cards, create a gold token. I don't like
yellows and Guardian anyways.
No, I
Well,
hate 'em.
Victor seems to have a lot of. Well, he's got a yellow specialization, but you're not going to want to block with that.
Exactly.
No, you
Right.
don't want to block with his
A
specialization.
lot of.
Righteous
it seems like they're
cleansing,
going
bro.
more to 2-pitch for stuff.
Well, why is it? Yeah, why is it yellow? Is he going to be like a yellow themed hero or something? Are we just not seeing a ton of cards? I know
the light border.
that is true. He's from but I think that's just the region, right? He's from Solana. I think is kind of because light is like because Dory has that same border and she's not technically light. So I think just
That
that just means you're from.
could just be a flavor text then. Ultimately,
I want fucking talented.
It's just
heroes
weird
again.
that they like say. Well, this card also you have to be blocking something that's like a big attack. If they're just coming at you with like if it's Phi, like this is just trash.
Yeah, here, let me block your Ember Blade
with two
8.
yellows in this card. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too situational in my opinion.
Just seems a little off compared to the other ones.
I mean, I'll probably just keep running
Well,
Crown
Yeah.
or the new one.
Have you guys
We got our
read the
third-
Betsy headpiece?
Third fucking generic headpiece.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Wait a second.
I'm
I
actually
just
kinda up
realized.
about that one.
Is that all you got?
Fourth generic headpiece.
Is that all you got?
Crown of Dominion, Arcanite Skull Cap, Crown of Providence, and
Crown
then...
of Dominion doesn't count.
You ever read the
What do you mean? Droma uses it.
you ever read the flavor text on Is That All You Got?
Yeah,
You have? Do you know
No.
what it says?
not exactly.
You should look it up.
I have it right over there.
No, you
Actually,
don't.
right there.
No, you
Grab that red binder.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, that is Victor.
If only there were all as pathetic as you.
Victor Goldman. That's him. So maybe this card wants you to block with a bunch of those. Draw some cards. You draw some cards afterwards. You know, maybe you can make a goal, draw another card. Don't you draw cards with him? Or
Hey, yellow sink belows, yellow fate
I
percent's
don't know,
gonna be
dude.
rising.
It just
up
made me
here.
think, like, why is it? Is he supposed to be running this card? Like, is this?
Well, yeah, it's his card.
Yeah,
It's got
I
his name
guess.
on it. Might as well just be a specialization. Look at that, one of the last sets that we got D-Reacts out of.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of D reacts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've gone through the Guardian cards, and they're all blocks.
Mm-hmm.
The
LSS,
new
where's my
Guardian block,
D-Reacts?
though, that looks like an interesting card.
Trounce?
Yeah, Trounce.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks okay. I'm not big on the blocks.
I haven't even seen that one. Can you guys read it? Where is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I
so
found it.
it's a majestic block.
Mm-hmm.
When it defends clash with the attacking hero, put the revealed cards on the bottom of their owner's deck, then clash again. If a hero wins both clashes, they create a gold, might, and vigor token.
Oh, dude, this card seems, dude.
So you get the double clash for Victor,
Pretty
which is amazing.
seems pretty good. Again, though, the weird thing about this,
That block, it sucks that it's block. Like,
yeah.
Christ, could you imagine how good that would be as a defense reaction, though?
Well, I think the problem that's kind of glaring with these block cards is like there's another block card they gave us that clashes as well, right? But like if they're wanting us to clash and win clashes, you need high power attacks, but like you also have to run these blocks that like trigger the clashes. There's not a lot of like offensive clash right now that they've
No.
revealed. So it's I don't know. I don't know if it seems counterintuitive to have them all the clashes be on block cards when winning a clash requires high attacks. So the balance there is going to be kind of
Yeah,
something.
why am I defensively clashing? I'm a guardian. I should, well,
Maybe
okay,
that's
I
the
guess-
point. Maybe that's the point.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
Never mind. I was gonna say I should be on the attack, but no, guardian's kind of. God, Victor just
Card
looks like he
seems
should have
dope,
been like
though,
a
dude.
paladin.
Yeah, we kind of did get a
also,
paladin. He gives me mad paladin vibes looking at his armor and stuff.
I want to ask you guys about the Betsy headpiece specialization and
Okay.
what you think about
Yeah, go
that.
ahead.
Alrighty. So, forgive me, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but it is named Good Times Chapeau? Chapeau? Chapa? I don't know. I don't know how it's
Oh, a
pronounced.
good time,
but
Shep.
It is a two-temper headpiece, Betsy specialization, with the text as an action. Destroy a gold you control. The next attack this turn gets. When this attacks a hero, wager a might and a vigor token with it. Go again. What do you guys think about that headpiece? Because I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, it's temper, so that's going to be good and limited for sure.
Well, yeah, for sure. All this temper 2 block stuff seems great at rare. I think they're going to be high picks.
I think this is definitely
this one
better
is
than the.
relevant because of her ability.
I think it's better than the Victor one for sure.
yeah, that one seems
hands down.
That one seems very strange.
Yeah,
It's-
Victor sucks.
It's interesting.
It doesn't suck. It's just.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm down on.
Well, just wait. We're gonna get a bunch of cards within the next week.
What do you guys think about the Guardian legs too? Stand ground.
Yeah, this is that other cycle with gets block caring
Yeah.
about the tokens. They're all
Yep.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, now we actually get a set of legs that you don't have to pay $10 for.
Well, I don't know. I don't think a Guardian would
Civic
ever play
steps.
this in CC. Yeah, they would just. Well, we're still gonna get a legendary boots. Just wait. We're gonna get the
in
boots.
what, like 2 years?
No,
now?
it's
LSS,
coming.
Come on,
It's
we're
coming.
waiting.
It's in the set.
We technically
not.
don't.
We
We don't
have
have a
any more
gen-
legendaries
We don't
slots
have
in
a.
this set.
Wait, are
Yeah,
you
we do.
serious?
There's 5 legendaries.
No,
We
way.
only have
They're
4.
already all revealed.
We only have 4.
No, we don't. We have
Yes.
5.
No. 1 brute, 1 guardian, 1 warrior, and 1 generic.
I swear to God, I counted 5.
4.
Do you guys want to talk about this Guardian attack? Primed to fight.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get back up to
5 cost. It says if you've controlled a Vigor token this turn, this costs 1 less to play. If you've controlled a Might token this turn, this gets +1.
Oh yeah, this is the one that you sent, Josh.
So if you have like a Vigor,
Wested.
right? It gives you +1. The Vigor does, and then
Yes.
this costs 1 less. So then you just like pitch a blue to play this thing for
it's
maybe
it's
10.
a 3 for 11.
Well,
If
oh,
you
because
control
of the
the
might.
might
Yeah, the
token.
might. Right.
This card just screams pummel setup. That's what this card
Dude,
does.
it's a
Not
fucking,
even a pummel setup. You can
it's
do
a
it in,
fucking
you
2
can do
for
it in one
11 if
turn.
you're running Tectonic too.
14 for
So
5.
The ceiling is
that card seems
the
good.
ceiling is
That card
3
seems good.
or it's a 3 for 11. You're right, Josh. It's just weird to like evaluate this card.
Yeah.
Because the might token that you get triggering the +1 is technically okay.
Yep.
But then like the floor is like a 5 for 9.
Which isn't
That
bad.
doesn't do anything. There's no on hits. You know what
It's
I'm
not
saying?
terrible.
No, it is. This is not a terrible card. I think this is like a cool card. It's just this again. It just seems like anytime they have any big flashy thing happening, like you have to do so much work
through
to do
so
it.
many
Yeah,
hoops.
it just seems very much like work to get some of these cards to work. If you will.
I mean, if you wager the turn before,
and then win the wager. And then
Reveal this, get all the shit, draw it up. Yeah, no, dude. I'm just hesitant on this card. It seems good. I don't know how much you'll be doing the 3 for 11 thing though. You know.
I think in Betsy, it's going to be very easy to get the 3 for 11. I'm not sure about Victor. I'm not sure if this is like a really Victor card. This card screams Betsy to me, especially with that headpiece and her own.
guys are all wrong. It's Bravo card. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
Well, okay. Another. I mean, do we have the
A
rare
bunch of these other cards
top?
we have already talked
big
about.
bop over the top, big bop, baby.
Big Bop we did not talk about.
At the start of your turn, destroy this. Your next guardian attack this turn gets +5, and when this attacks a hero, you may wager a vigor token with them, and it's a 3.
You see, I
Love
like
the
these
art.
Guardian auras.
Love the art.
I love these Guardian auras because they say Guardian attack, which means that I can play this, block, and then next turn swing a Nothos for 11 and get a wager off on it.
Yeah. And that's just saving your deck too.
Yep.
That's good. It's a better
love it.
Towering Titan, Bailey. Come on. So, looking at the weapons from Warrior, we got the other 2 rares, one-handed. We did not get the Olympia one that we thought we were going to get, a big one-handed potentially. But
I mean, we got some one-handeds. I don't know if they're.
I mean
big, though.
two-handed. My bad, two-handed.
Oh right. And he's not some weapon specialist like we thought he would
Yeah, no, not at all. But we got Hot Streak, which is a sword, 1 resource for 2 damage. And it has, when this is defended by 1 or more attack action cards, Hot Streak attacks go again this turn. And then we have Parry Blade, which is a once per turn action, pay 1. 2 damage, and this gets +2 while defending a weapon attack. Blade Break.
be. Yep. Our first weapon equipment in the game.
Yep.
Love the theme on this card for sure. The idea that you can block, last ditch effort, break your sword to,
Yeah.
save 2 life.
yeah, I
Awesome.
think again that is going to be an amazing limited weapon.
Agreed. Yeah.
Anything that blocks in limited is so good.
You want to talk about this chest you were clamoring about there, Josh?
So the chest is Grains of Blood Spill. and it's a 2-block temper. Whenever a weapon attack you control hits, you may pay 1 resource. If you do, create a Vigor token. Vigor is 1 resource.
And Vigors pop at the beginning of your turn, correct?
Yes.
So good.
Yeah. Being able to get that extra resource every turn, potentially.
And you do have to pay 1, though.
So it's like the Brave Forge Bracers, technically. Because well, no. My bad. Iron Song Versus. Because you're paying 1 beforehand.
Yeah.
This one's after you hit. So it's got a conditional, but still not bad.
This seems strong. I guess I'm not like the one.
I wish
It's
it
so
had-
hard for me to fucking evaluate cards.
wish it had
This
Battle
feels
Worn.
like it could be really strong.
I wish it had Battle Worn too. The thing is like
I think temper
It's
fits
whenever
this
a
one,
weapon.
though. Like, because giving this battle worn with 2 block and then you still just get to do that every turn, that's
True.
very strong.
true.
Yeah, you don't see very much battle worn anymore with
No.
on the legendary
Battle Worn
pieces.
D-Reacts. We'll get to that later. Sorry,
Yeah.
that question.
We have a pretty
just
good
got
question
me.
from one of our locals that, kind of spawned some pretty good conversation. In the
I think it's still good.
I think it's very good.
Does this ever just
I don't know.
replace the courage though?
I don't know if it does in like combo oriented builds.
Yeah.
But in things like I would even consider running this in like
Dory.
non-bolted,
I'm thinking like Dory though,
Decimator.
right?
Dory
Yeah.
Dory would like
Because
it a lot.
does Dory even care about courage a lot of times?
No, because most of the time she's
Using
maybe-
it for the block most of the time.
like at most I think you can get like 3 swings with Dawnblade, and that's if you have like what am I thinking of, Josh? The Glint the Quicksilver? No,
no, Glistening Steel Blade.
Twinning Blade.
Oh
Twinning
my
Blade is
god, I
free.
got blown out by a twinning blade this week on Talishar playing Teklo. Blown out, dude. Blocked
Dude.
with everything, fucking just twinning blades. I'm like, oh, I just die. I'm like, oh, he gets to attack again.
Yep. It's
Like,
amazing.
What the fuck?
And then if you hit that one, you still get to attack again. Because you get to attack
Dude.
3 times in a turn.
Dude,
Because of Dory's ability.
it was
I
it
think
was
Grains
crazy.
of Bloodspill for Dory is gonna go hard.
It's going to be amazing.
She got a big boost just off
Which
the
is
bat.
hard because, like, the Courage of Bladehold looks like it's made for her.
Wait a second. This isn't just like a once per turn. If
No, you can do it
If you do
twice.
hit
That's
like
what I
multiple
said.
times,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can do
pay
it
into it. I'm
twice.
sorry, I'm just realizing that, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This card seems
Yeah,
pretty good. There's a
this
pretty high
is why
ceiling
I-
on this card, I think.
It
They
is.
posted that in our Snapchat. And me and Wesley were both like, "Oh God."
And that's the
that
nice
card-
thing. Is
oh, it's so good.
The nice thing
It's
is that
so
it's, you just get 1 resource off the Vigor, so you can pay anything with it. It's not even just like your weapon. So you can, there's a new card that I do want to talk about that's absolutely amazing in my mind.
Is it the attack reaction?
No, attack action, and it's a common. It's called Draw Swords.
Oh yeah, the draw card. Yeah.
Especially if you
Thought
can
about you
get
when I
those
read that
bigger
card.
tokens.
Oh
leverage.
yeah, I saw that one when I was scrolling through.
3 cost gives your
Oh
weapon plus
my
3,
God.
right? Or is it just attack?
Plus, it
Gives your next warrior attack.
because they have attacks
Because they have
now.
attacks.
But
Yeah.
yeah, plus 3, draw card. Go again. Are you kidding me? And if you have the 2 Vigor, if you hit like twice in a turn and we're able to pay for it, that's a 1 for 3 and draw card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that card is good. That card is
Absolutely
really good.
disgusting. And
The
if it's set up in
problem-
Arsenal, you got plenty of
Isn't
time.
it just a common too?
yeah, it
Yeah.
is a common.
That's crazy.
It's also a 3 block. It's
Yeah.
also a 3 block.
Well, a lot of warrior stuff is 3 block.
Is that just like the
Yeah.
best card we've seen so far? Just kidding.
I don't do the attack reaction.
Are now 2 blocks. Commons. Are you talking about the majestic one?
The majestic one.
Yeah, the majestic one.
We kind of skipped
let's
over
cover
this,
that one,
this
Bailey.
freaking Kasai hood. I think is really good, and the Olympia hood.
Yes.
We're kind of just skipping all over. There's
I mean,
so
we are
much.
skipping a ton of
What-
shit.
Like we were talking before recording, and this set has us all very excited. Like it seems like they have definitely bumped up the power a little bit, a lot of bit, from the last like 2 sets.
Yeah, it does feel
Like-
like that with some of these cards.
And
You look at the amount of temper. The temper
it's a
2 is like on
lot
everything.
of temper though. I don't think there's any. Well, yeah, some of the brute like 1 blocks had battle worn. But yeah, so the warrior attack reaction shift the tide of battle. It's a 0 cost. Target warrior attack with power greater than its base gets go again. The next time an opposing hero is dealt damage this turn, create an agility token. Yes, please.
Yeah, this seems wild.
Off of one card, you get 2 go agains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah. It seems so strong.
The question I have.
Well,
maybe you guys will know this.
No. Doesn't it agility?
Do
at
they
the
pop
beginning of
when
the
you
turn?
attack, or does it pop at the
I
beginning
think
of your turn?
agility is the beginning of turn.
Pops at beginning of
Quicken,
turn.
yeah, quicken is the one.
Okay. Because then this
So,
card
but I mean,
wouldn't
it
make
still
sense
is
if
setting
it,
up your next turn.
Yeah, no,
With
I'm
go
saying
again.
it wouldn't make
Makes it
sense.
way easier.
It wouldn't make sense if the
If it was
agility
double
popped.
go again, yeah.
Yeah, if it popped like on your next attack. So, yeah, this card seems
It seems very good.
sweet. I think this was Red Zone Rogue's
Spoiler.
I think so.
Yeah. This card seems like it will definitely see play though.
Oh,
They play like a
Big time. You want to know what sucks? It's another yellow in the deck.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Actually,
New Kasai
something.
wants yellows.
There's something I want to point out.
I mean,
with
that works. That works for Olympia.
New
I mean-
Kasai wants yellows too, though, for her ability.
That's true. I
Yeah,
mean, a
yellows
lot.
and
I
red.
mean, you got Iron Song Determination. You got.
Is your deck just full of yellows and reds? Is that just like all and like there's no blues in the deck?
No,
or-
I still throw about 10.
The New Kasai,
10
I mean?
blues.
I
I'd
think
probably
you
throw like
probably
10
still
or
want,
15.
like, 1 blue on average per hand, just because like you're not going to be doing her ability and everything.
Oh, she
every
doesn't
turn.
have the reduction on the second swing.
No.
Oh shit!
So
you
I
probably
think
need
you
a
still
little more
want
blues.
like at least
yeah,
1 blue
2
per
swings
hand.
and then
Yeah.
a pump for 1 or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And then all your 0 cost pumps.
Once you create the Centauri Cell Swords, though, it might. I don't know. Because you're going to be attacking with a lot of
It
those.
feels so
and
weird
I don't
for
know.
a
She gets
warrior
the-
to be
she gets the
making
reduction
tokens.
if you've drawn. So like as long as you can draw before the swings, too. Oh my god, yeah. So that fucking 3 cost pump draw card's
Dude,
even better.
disgusting.
Oh my god.
Absolutely
Because you just
disgusting.
play that at the start of your turn and now your swords are free.
Absolutely disgusting.
Both of them are free.
Yeah.
Even
Your sword
glistening,
attacks
even
cost 1
glistening
resource
or
less.
glint the Quicksilver. That card, if they block a card, you just glint it quick and draw a card, and then your next swings are free.
God, she's gonna be good.
I think Dusk Path Pilgrimage is actually going to be a house of a card now. 1 cost plus 3. This was for Monarch, and it gives your weapon that you hit with an additional swing.
Yeah.
So
She's gonna be good.
If it hits,
if it hits,
Ooh.
She's gonna be so
and you got your Twinning Blades, which are still yellows.
This freaking hat she has too with the draw card. Did you see that, Josh?
Yes, the Hood of the Red
specialization,
Sand.
yeah. Banish a red and it's okay. So it's a block 1 battle worn.
Hey, Battle War.
Yeah, there it is. Attack reaction for 1 resource. Banish a red and a yellow card from your graveyard. Destroy this. Target sword attack gets when this hits draw card. So
On a Blood on Her Hands turn?
yeah,
So much better than Helm.
On a Blood on Her Hands turn, Bailey? Combo. That is a straight combo. You get to
She's
just...
gonna be so fucking
Because if you have your Twinning Blades in hand and you have a full grip with, Arsenal, and you're able to swing 3 times with that sword and you hit twice, you're just drawing extra cards for pumps. And all your swings are free if you've drawn a card, too. So if you lead off with something like that, just absolutely disgusting. So I think Kasai might be the better combo hero over Bolton.
I don't know if she's really doing a true combo though, right? She's just like consistently
she's just like
doing 2
That,
like swords.
I mean, I
but
feel like you can still push.
I guess
I feel
Blood
like
on
you
Her
can
Hands
still-
is kind of a combo. I mean, you're just playing 1 card though. Like a combos
one-card
usually
combo.
insinuate. Yeah, it's a 1-card combo. Exactly,
Exactly.
Bailey.
If
Josh,
you- if-
exactly.
If you have a full grip,
It's a 1-card combo, dude. You idiot.
you don't have to do all these extra steps like
Yeah, he's
fucking
like,
Bolton.
fuck all this combo
Like,
talk.
fuck that.
Combo
what
with
extra
1
steps in
card.
Bolton? I just play the game until I get the combo.
Did
Exactly.
you guys?
But you got to set up your soul to be able to go again. You got to have your spirit
Double
of Arena,
Lumina.
double Lumina. Like that's a
Yeah.
whole lot of
It's a
setup.
bunch of bullshit.
Dude, I've
is
got
what
Blood
it
on Her
is.
Hands is
Lumina.
1 fucking card that's free.
You get to play 3 of them now in a deck. What the fuck, dude? It's crazy.
It's gonna be.
Did
gonna
you
be good.
Did you see, Josh? Did you see the Majestic Warrior action for? Oh, it does cost
Yes.
one. Okay.
Yes,
Commanding performance.
I would expect it to cost one. A lot of the warrior
Dude,
good actions
This card
cost one.
seems wild. To
Yeah,
me.
Bailey said, "Too bad it's not a attack reaction." When we were talking about it in our,
Yeah, could be a
And
little too good.
you
if it
can't
was a
you can't
reaction.
have any of these warrior cards.
It's like
that are
a command and conquer at
Imagine,
reactions.
imagine
in the reaction step.
glistening,
Zuri can do it. Why can't we?
imagine
It's a good
glistening
point.
steel blade
It's a good
as a
point.
reaction,
Yeah.
not knowing that thing's gonna
Yeah.
come up at any
Yeah.
time. Like that,
Yeah.
that would be way too good. Or even steel blade supremacy.
Well, here, let me read the card. We haven't. So it's called Commanding Performance. It's just a warrior action, blocks for 3, costs 1. Your next warrior attack this turn gets +3. Until end of turn, your warrior attacks get, when this is defended by one or more attack action cards, destroy a card in the defending hero's arsenal. What the fuck?
yeah,
Yeah.
That
finally,
just seems
Hey,
so good.
finally.
If for whatever
Well, you don't
reason-
have to play CNC now.
If for,
like,
if for whatever reason you're playing some ranger that has the New Horizon, you can double CNC.
It's disgusting. It's so good. I think, I think Warrior got a huge up in this set, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
like a huge
Yeah.
up in this
yeah,
set.
you were kind of down.
I was down a little bit, and some of these
And
other
we still have
cards-
so many cards to come
Both
out.
I
of
know.
us, both of us were off Warrior for a while.
I mean, I took
Like-
I took an off for Warrior for a little bit, for sure. I was just getting, sick of the play patterns just being the
It was just
same,
getting
and
stale.
yeah. And this definitely helps.
I'm
a ton.
excited to get back into Warrior.
This helps a ton.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm seeing enough from Olympia to get me to play. I probably won't play anything from the set, but I'm still just as excited as you guys.
I mean, they came out with some of these other commons that are still the warrior attacks get +3 for 1. If it's defended by an attack action card, create a agility token,
Mhm.
a vigor token, and a might token. Probably.
Yeah, that's I wish Olympia was a little bit more like he doesn't even have a text box. It's a text
Not
sentence.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It is weird. We'll see, dude. He'll get a payoff. We still haven't seen like his big thing. That Majestic we saw can't be it. There's no way that's it. That blue reaction or whatever. Yeah, I
unless he's getting a legendary specialization weapon that lets him do something.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see how warrior can like wager more, but there's not really
All of their attacks, most of their attacks wager.
their actual attacks.
Yeah. Wage agility, agile.
Well, yeah, those are
just
the
create.
generics. Yeah.
No, well, they're the brute warrior hybrid.
The-
act.
Yes.
hybrids,
Okay,
yeah.
my bad.
Yep,
My
yep,
bad.
yep.
Hybrids. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that just means you're running more attack actions, which I mean,
Hold them.
if you're running combo Kasai with like,
Your next warrior attack gets +1 when it attacks. You can wager a vigor token. And that's just the.
I feel like
blue.
that's just Olympia though. I feel like Kasai's not really leaning into that at all.
No, I think Kasai still is playing that
Kasai?
like traditional warrior game plan.
Yeah.
But I think Olympia's thing is gonna be the like attack actions. Like I don't think he's gonna play that like traditional.
Care
he's
about
gonna
the
be
sword
more
as
about
much.
like Bolton. With like the attack actions and everything.
Yeah. Clash with vigor and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wage agility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right there, my friend.
can't wait to fucking do our pre-release at the shop.
He's the Teklovas.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Cliff, are you coming?
You kidding me? Have I
When's
ever
the
missed a
pre-release?
Not this weekend, but next.
I can't.
Damn it.
What about Wes?
Yep.
What about the RTN season? Have you given that any thought? in
Yeah,
February.
I'm still working on what my schedule's looking like because, like I said, they're swapping me onto the schedule, so it's just coming out what my weekends and shit's gonna be. So we're working on it. We're working on
All
it.
right, cool. Okay, well, I think all these cards we have covered, or have they been spoiled? Oh, we have another legendary.
Do you want to give us the
Balance of
generic
Justice.
legendary?
Yeah,
Ty?
I'm on it right now. I love the art in this set. Makes you wonder who that character is. Kind of something I love about Fab. You'll see like art with
Dude, it's
characters
Shyana.
in it. It's not Shyana. There's no way. No, Shyana
She's
doesn't wear art.
generic.
She's not generic, dude. Oh, if anything, she's the opposite.
Maybe that's like Dory's mom or something.
Yeah, that
Dude,
could be.
Dory's
Kind of
mom
does
has
look
got
like
it
an
going
older
on.
Dory or
Shit,
something.
man.
Dory's mom's got it going on.
Oh my god.
She's all I need.
Is that the name of the episode?
You people haven't been beat enough, and it shows.
Says the dude that spent like 3 episodes talking about using Data Doll as a sex doll.
That is true.
Okay,
he does
that
have
is
you there.
different.
Fucking
That
degenerate.
that is an actual interest in a hero, not going after the mom. That's like some toxic high school girl shit. They had that kind of plot line in fucking Barbie.
I'm not gonna argue.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue. But yeah.
All right, back to this card, boys. The card is called Balance of Justice. It is a generic headpiece. It has the text, at instant speed, you can destroy this, draw a card, activate this ability only if an opponent has drawn 2 or more cards this turn. It has a new keyword, Guardwell. Kind of a weird one.
In between temper and
Guardwell
Yeah, it is a little bit in between.
interesting.
Yeah, Guardwell. It says when the combat chain closes, if this defended, put a -1 counter on it equal to its defense.
It's like they're doing everything in their power to not put Battle Worn on something.
Well, the idea is if they want something to not be as good as Battle Worn, but not be as shitty as Blade Break, Guardwell's or Temper, sorry.
Yep.
Then Guardwell's right in between because it doesn't ever break, but it also doesn't give you that extra one
Just
block.
get rid of Temper and give it all Guardwell. Like I
Well,
would
but
way
Tem-
rather have Guardwell.
But
than
temper is it poses
but
the
Temper
question
still
of
gets
oh
the
do I
free
get do I have to
block, yeah.
sacrifice my armor too like for the
I guess
ability or
this
the
can
block.
help with into mech with their T-bones.
But
Ooh, dude, this guy got me with his T-bones the other day.
I do like the fact,
But I mean
Destroyed one of my Mechlo
when
pieces.
do you really want to use it?
like
In
I think
Guardian,
I
maybe?
think situationally you run this over Crown of Providence though. Like you
It
still
depends
get
on the
two
matchup,
block,
I think.
But then you kind of like it's situational. But like I mean, ninjas draw a lot of cards. You have like your Dromize now that are running the tomes.
That's
Wizards,
true.
I mean, Wizards run.
Dude, I didn't even think
4
about that. I didn't even
tomes.
think about the Dromize.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tome.
I mean, depending on how heavy we see like gold tokens being used.
Seems like they showed up to the party late with Lexi leaving, honestly, because
Yeah.
this would have been fine against. They're just pretty good against Lexi, I think.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna 3 of a kind. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna
Yeah.
destroy my Balance of Justice and
I mean, they
have a 6-card hand to
they
block.
do say that they're like 3 sets ahead making when the sets drop. So maybe when they dropped Outsiders, they were making this not thinking that Codex of Frailty would be that strong, I guess, in a sense, in Lexi. And then, see what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe they're just
they
trying
did
to
make
cover
it to,
up.
like,
They're
I don't
kind
know.
of trying to cover up some holes that Lexi just left, and they're like, that's a problem. We need to
Everybody's
do
got
something
arrows-
for this type of
arrows
thing.
in the back right now.
Yeah, still
but-
plucking them out.
Why don't-
Lexi Winter or Lexi
Why don't we get
Summer.
into some of the generic Majestics? We got
There's a couple.
few
Some of these are
spicy
pretty
ones,
sweet,
actually.
dude.
Yeah,
This
few
blue
spicy
block
ones.
3 is like going right in China, I think, just because like it just is a blue block 3 that does something. It replaces a Frost Hex.
True. It's good in Benji.
Ooh, could be, yeah.
Even,
It says, it's an attack, which is weird. It attacks for 2, blocks for 3. It's a blue generic attack action called Nasty Surprise. Cost 0. When an opponent's effect puts this into your graveyard from anywhere, create an agility, might, and vigor token. So, it's kind of cool, if someone pummels you or,
yeah.
I mean, there's other ways that you can kind of force this into your graveyard.
True. I mean, even if they CNC you and that's in your
Sure.
arsenal.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty nasty surprise. Ah.
Oh, see what you did there.
Got him. Well, a next one that we got is another attack. It's pay up, 3 cost, 6 attack, red.
Also blocks for 3.
Blocks for 3. If defending hero controls a gold, this gets overpower.
Sad victor noises.
Yep. When this hits a hero, gain control of a gold token they control. If you don't, deal 1 damage to them.
Gold token, Ben. Get your filthy
We
fucking.
went over this.
Yeah,
Get your
we
filthy
did.
We went
fucking.
over this
we did.
already.
Get your filthy
A long
fucking
time
peasant
ago, but
hands
we're
off
just
my shield.
double covering it. We do still have 2 majestic cards to come out for generic here. I'm looking at 209 and 210 because pay up's 208 and tenacity.
You see the art on Tenacity?
Dude.
Tenacity's dope.
His
I like
name
the art.
it sounds like this flavor text must be the guy. Brutus Summarudis? What the fuck? Nice name, dude. But dude, he looks
Yo, I want me some
absolutely dope.
Arudis. Shit, man.
But I think
Anyways.
I think this is a great like ninja card.
Yeah, it kind of is like Salt the Wound.
Yeah. I think it's
like the
You
opposite
want to
of
read
Salt
it?
the
You want to
Wound.
read it?
I thought.
Oh, did you?
I was gonna let you read it.
Oh, my bad. I just read Nasty Surprise.
Yeah,
Didn't I?
well, we read all
Oh.
the Guardian, Warrior,
dude,
brute shit. Yeah, you get the
I can't
generics,
even
man.
read, so.
Okay.
I'm
Want me to
just-
read it?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Read it.
Tenacity, 0 cost, generic attack action, blocks for 3, only attacks for 2, but when this attacks, it gets plus X, where X is the number of defending cards on the combat chain. So yeah, definitely want to utilize this in a go wide strategy.
Oh.
It's also kind of just a dead card unless they're blocking, though. So it's weird.
Yeah, I'd probably sideboard it out against Ben, but
I'd honestly.
Why? Because he just doesn't block. He doesn't know how to block
I'd
it.
honestly run this like in Kasai almost. Because if you got a blood on your hands turn or like a big Centauri Sellsword turn and they're throwing a lot of blocks towards the end of the game
yeah,
and
you
you
could maybe
drop
run
that
it as like a
and
2 of.
because blood on our hands gives your weapon attacks go again for the entire turn. So if you just have this in hand, you can go attack, and then this. It's not a bad option.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't
think-
think I'd run it as a 3 of.
No, probably a 1 or 2. Maybe a sideboard tech. If you want to, it's almost
It
a
is
lava
nice that
burst.
it blocks 3 though.
It's a lava burst for any hero that's aggro.
So like even if you're running it as
Well,
a 2
no,
of,
but
like,
it's like conditional lava burst because
Yeah.
it doesn't. It only gets the plus if they're blocking. You know.
but you can kind of force their hand
Pitch
to
stack
blocking.
at the end of the game, towards when they,
yeah.
you know.
No, I'm just saying it's conditional.
What is the Wow. What is the specific text on Tenacity? What is the card type it's looking for that's defending?
Number of defending cards on the combat chain. So it's
So-
everything armor. It's cards from hand.
What I think it's doing is it's basically Assault the Wound, but they're trying to gear it and the rest of the set into using more of the block cards that they're putting out.
That's true.
Yeah, it is kind of like Assault the Wound for like any deck.
I mean,
It,
is
it goes technically in any deck.
fantastic into
but-
Teklovas. Fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is.
Fucking
Yeah,
pretty
fuck you, Ty.
fantastic.
Dude, that deck is
Because it
coming.
hits,
man.
it hits
That deck
all
is
equipment
coming,
too.
dude.
It hits all
I'm
equipment.
running 6 of them.
I'm starting to get that deck. I'm loving it.
But we also did get another one that's majestic. Instant. Seduce Secrets. 0 cost. Look at the target hero's hand and top card of their deck. If this was played from Arsenal, draw a card.
Nah, this card's bad.
Yeah.
Love the art though. She's like, seducing this guy and stealing his shit. Some Cardi B in it.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm not big on this one.
The card doesn't seem
Yeah.
very good. But I love the art. She kind of gives
Could
me
it- could
Liliana
it-
vibes from
Could
Magic.
it potentially be utilized in limited though?
No. Why? Well, like what? Why are you trying to look at their hand?
It's look at target hero, so you can look at your own.
You can look at your own hand. Oh no, it's
And
top of their deck.
top card.
Sorry. Top of their deck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I was just looking at their hand.
No, it's top card of their deck. So you can utilize it for
both.
yourself.
Oh, okay.
And then you get to draw the card that you see. But, I mean, at least you know what's coming.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
I still, even in that situation,
Not worth it.
I don't think so.
Fair enough. All right. Well,
I don't mean to like shit on your card. But
No, I'm
it's,
just
you
saying.
know.
I'm not saying it's good or bad or what. I'm just saying, is it utilized and limited it at
Yeah,
all?
I don't think so.
You just get own
No, I think it's a
beneficial
weird, like,
information, but
Situational, like, fucking anti-popper strategy.
it just
thing,
sucks
where
not
they're
having a
trying to-
block.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the cost of running instants, you know?
Mhm.
It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Blows when you have an instant, unless it gains 3 like Sigil.
But we did get a rare generic that's down but not out. 3 cost. When this attacks a hero, if you have less life and control fewer equipment and tokens than them, this gets 3 damage, overpower, and when it hits, create an agility, might, and vigor token.
What is the key?
If I'm not
word in
mistaken, this
between
was
all
this
of
was
those,
everything.
though?
This was Flesh and Pod's spoiler.
What is the key word in between
And.
all of those?
And you
Yeah.
have to have all less.
Yeah, I
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like it's a worse drone of brutality where you're
Mm-hmm.
just like waiting to the end of the game to like have nothing and then hopefully throw this for 8 damage for 3.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in limited. Actually, probably in limited.
That's what I mean.
It seems
It's-
like a pretty good limited card.
like Sean was talking shit about Valiant Touch or whatever it was out of Outsiders, where it's like if the player blocks, they get a Blood Rot Pox. And he's like, this card sucks, dick.
No.
I looked at him, I was like,
No,
that
no,
card is
no.
amazing. I was like, what are
Any
you
sort of
talking
like
about?
any sort of evasion in Fab has like proven to be so valuable and limited compared to like Magic, where evasion is always like good, like flying creatures and shit, like overpower, dominate, intimidate. These cards that are taking the choice out of your opponent's hands. I mean, in limited they shine. You know, this overpower, like this card will just kill people like opening weekend for pre-release.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah, seems good, seems playable. Did we cover pay up?
Yeah,
We did.
yeah. I think Cliff.
I think I missed
read
that
that
one.
one.
Okay, it seems like that's kind of like all of them, huh, boys? I mean,
I think so.
got a ton of spoilers we just like dumped. They dumped on us. We're still gonna get more this. Well, with the little thing going on in New Zealand, right?
Yes. Queenstown.
Shout out to Nathan, man. He's there. One
He's
of our
there.
locals is there right now. God, I got so jealous. I mean, not really, but like he sent that picture this morning. It was just this beautiful green. Like
dude.
he's on a lake somewhere, staying. You know, his Airbnb.
Looked gorgeous. The
And
city
I'm
in the
sitting, dude. I'm
background.
sitting in like negative 15-degree weather, like this motherfucker, dude, son of a bitch.
I was sitting in a cozy house when I saw it.
No, I was working.
Brutal
Well,
stuff.
yeah, it's summer down there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know. It just looks like gorgeous and warm.
fucking A.
Like,
Fuck
damn,
you.
son of a bitch.
Didn't invite any of us.
I think he actually did. He's like, yeah, anyone want to go to
I
New
think
Zealand
he
with
might
me? And
have
we're all
actually,
like,
yeah.
wait, what?
I think he might have.
It's so funny. We like played in our armory. I'm like, when do you leave? He's like, I forget exactly what he said. I'm like, wait, like right after this tonight? He's like, yep, going right from here to go and get my shit ready. And then he was out the door like that night.
Yeah.
Hopped on the flight. Crazy.
Good stuff, though. I mean, at least we'll get to see some earlier cards
Yeah.
before they release. 'Cause
Oh,
we
yeah.
still
Where's our
don't have all
pictures,
of them.
Nathan? God damn it. We demand pictures. And if Josh gets this out on time, or maybe a little late, right?
It might be a little late.
So he'll
by
still
like
be
12.
there
Yeah.
if he listens.
Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, buddy. But we had a good couple questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
one really good
question.
one. I think we had one or two.
We have recently had the pleasure of
Here, I got it
having-
pulled up right now.
Oh, okay.
Ty.
Yeah, you can just read it if you want.
Yeah. So this was Zach, right? I don't know. if
Yeah.
that's
So
your name.
sorry.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though, Zach had just recently, within the last few months, showed up to the shop and just wanted to. I mean, I don't exactly know how he heard about us, but I know I've seen him just in the tournament circuit throughout the years, and Yeah, he's become a local weekly guy that's making the drive from the cities out to us, and he's always got like really good takes. I feel like we always have really good just talks about the game with him, and he has to really like thought out
we need
question.
to get him on like a guest spot, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, his tag on Discord, or his, I don't know what they call it, your name, just your username, is illiterate lawyer, which I thought it was funny.
Perfect.
So, he's a smart guy. He's an educated guy, and like he's good at Fab too. And go ahead.
But
take the
anyway,
reins,
so
Bailey.
he asks, as we move into a new set with lots of new heroes and playstyle. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong part.
No, it's like a two-parter.
No, well, that was just kind of like going over like primers on deck building.
No, I know. No, I think we
I think
want.
we touched a lot on that.
Okay. Well,
Well, maybe not.
I think he's talking more just
like
with this
limited
set,
deck building, or
just with these new heroes and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, so as we move into a new set with lots of new heroes and playstyles, maybe a primer on deck building, balancing your colors, and like the philosophy behind it. What's kind of our take on that?
So it seems like the game loves giving you a reason to play yellows. I don't think you should ever play yellows in terms of color balancing. Like you need to determine what your deck's trying to do in your
Talking
cost
shit,
curve.
bro?
Nah, man. Some decks like Prism love yellows. It's one of the things I loved about Prism was like, oh, this is like the only deck that cares about a yellow card. You know.
More.
Well, I mean, you'd rather have a blue or a red as a Dory.
All the power cards are yellow.
Okay, but this is kind of the sidebar to what I'm saying.
Yep.
If you have a reason to play the yellow, like you have to have a reason to be playing yellows if you have them in your deck. A lot of times you'll find Majestic.
You just play mech and you have a lot of yellow.
Well, but see, like the other part of this is if you play yellows, you're playing them for the effect, or just in your case, it's just the damage. And you want your deck to be big, so you like can't really afford to just run just red and yellows or red and blues. But cards like Pummel, right? You're not really playing that for the damage. You're playing it for the effect. So that makes sense. If you're playing it at yellow, you just want to increase the number of that effect in your deck. You know, Plunder Run, these type of cards. So you'll see people use yellow cards or you know the yellows of them.
Moon's Wish, Sun's Kiss.
Just you're playing them for the effect. Fucking
Shout out to the best card set of ever been printed.
That one took Ty a minute.
Oh shit! I just realized. Could I use the new Guardian auras to hit my Moon's Wish, Sun's Kiss to give them? Oh no, they specify Guardian attack. Okay, plan foiled.
But yeah, we don't need to get like too deep on the deck building aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean,
but you got to figure out your ratios, right? How many blues you want per
like
turn on average.
In general, I would say Guardians want like 2, maybe even 3 blues in hand per turn.
A perfect Guardian turn is 3 blues and a red. 3
Yeah.
blues and a red. You know.
Whoa, Starstruck.
So you're
running 40 to 45 cards.
Yeah, your ratio of blues and Guardians is heavy on the blues.
For sure.
I mean, I think at a minimum you want like 50% blues.
Yep, and if you're running 50%, then you're
Minimum.
looking at
I'd almost
that
say
on
60.
average.
I'd almost say 60.
Well,
But I'm
no,
just talking,
no.
like minimum, like
No. If you're running like a 60 card deck and you're looking at wanting to draw 3 blues on average per turn, you want to run 75% of your deck as blues. Then you're looking at 45 blues. And a lot of times Guardians are right around that 43, 42, 45, you know. And that kind of, I mean, you'll see in deck building where if you just do that, you start there with your ratios, you get that figured out. And then you just like start to play the game to see like right now my Teklevasan deck has way too many reds. I know that. That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. It just has too many reds. Healing Balm is a red. Like I said, I added that, but I get to play it like as for my action.
Yep.
So there's like some reds, like I'll have too many tanks or too many like fucking red evos that I can't really do much with. I'm like thinking about cutting those. Like that's just something where you have to figure out your ratios, I think, before you really, get into the minutia of deck building.
And then, I mean, Warriors kind of just tip the scale to like the opposite end, where you're
Needing
probably
one
running
blue.
60 to 70% reds.
Yeah.
You really only need like that 1 blue for your turn.
Yep.
You want to really capitalize off of that. And I mean, especially in War, you got to look at your cost curve too.
Yep. Yeah, most decks in this game function off of a blue,
Yeah.
Unless you're playing Guardian or these big heavy hitting decks, you're not really playing a high blue count.
I mean, you look at like Warriors, very few actions and reactions actually cost something.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, there's usually a reason behind the cost.
Yep.
But I mean, you really need like your blue to fire up your weapons, and then maybe play like a reaction or something, and you're good to go. But the worst feeling hand in like a warrior is when you draw up like 2 or 3 blues, and you're just like, fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like too many blues.
Yeah.
You get the 2 or 3 blues, and then
Which
you get the full red hands. Too,
Is
which
gonna
are just-
happen, but if it's
just as
happening
worse.
consistently,
You got too
look
many
at your
blues.
ratios.
Yeah.
Yep. Another part, like, just like, I mean, this sounds like a pretty low hanging fruit answer, but like, I do think it's important when you're choosing to build a deck, like, thematically, does the deck appeal to you? Like, Tucker's brother, and he was sitting down, or when I sat down with him and I kind of chatted with him about how long he's been playing and what he likes to play in Magic. He said he's an old Magic player. He said that the one action thing with the Bravo deck he had was kind of throwing him off, you know?
Yep.
He's like the one turn, you just get to do one thing essentially every turn. I said, well, hey, maybe like a ninja deck would be good for you. You get to freaking dump your whole hand. You usually don't block, you ignore your opponent, and you just attack with everything. You get to go again on everything. Everything can, you know.
Just
that's
start all
maybe the
Magic
play
players
style
on
you
five,
want to.
put them on red
Yeah.
deck win. And
Well, I mean, aggro is a great archetype to start players off on in really
Yeah.
any card game.
Yep.
I mean, you'll just find wins. Just like your deck will just kind of win you the game sometimes.
Guardians are tough. Like
It's a tough
you're
deck
doing
to
a lot
learn,
of blocking,
especially
but,
as your
like,
first deck.
You
But-
need to know like when to block and like when you can commit and all of that. Like there's so many little nuances even just in like blocking.
I will say I would almost put a new player on Guardian just to learn the aspects of blocking.
That's
'Cause
true.
blocking in this game is
No, there's merit in what
huge.
you're
You
saying, for sure.
definitely need to know when you need
Yes.
to block. So
Yes.
it's, I don't know. I mean, Guardian is a very basic thing, but it teaches you the block system, and I'd say that's a better system to learn before the aggro,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
almost.
Dude, speaking of blocks, it's kind of, well, and this kind of goes back to what I was saying about like the theme. Like Teklevasen as a deck, like the style of deck, I hate playing and piloting Fatigued. I don't like to just block until the end of the game and set up my second cycle and blah, blah, blah. I don't necessarily like that play style. The theme of the deck is what appeals to me. It's assembling this puzzle to try to like pitch stack my opponent perfectly and get him into the spot where he has an off turn and I singularity, and now it's game on. I win the game out of freaking nowhere with this,
That's the thing about
that's
mechs.
like the whole
There's a
the
lot
whole
of
thing
different
that
That's what
appeals
you
to me.
love.
mechanics.
Why are you not just absolutely housing people with Kano?
Yeah, Josh.
I mean, Kano
The 10 life
appeals to me
deficit is
less
hard.
because it's kind of there's no like true, like, you're not really building up to anything. And I mean, I did try Kano out in Blitz at first when there was only Blitz events going around, and it's just like it was a lot to figure out, and I just kind of put it down and never really looked back. Icelander came out, I went
Kano
back to
math
the
is
Wizards.
Ty,
Kano math
I
is hard, and
really,
it's a lot of thinking, Cliff. Like, it's mentally
Ty, I
exhausting
really
playing 4
think
rounds.
you should give Kano a little taste on CC if that's what's really drawing Teklevasen, especially with the meta.
What's
Most
drawing me to
idiots who
Teklevasen is
arcane.
I get to do shit in that deck. I mean, I suppose
What's
Kano.
drawing you to Teklevasen is Meklevasen. It's okay to
It's
say
it's
it.
it's transforming. It's him transforming and doing that crazy thing where I
fact-
get to
yeah.
now I know
Okay.
I get to attack twice. You discard 2 cards. You take 12. Now I have 5 fucking cards when you have none. So then I get to tank attack
Yep.
with Teklevasen if I pitch stack perfectly.
Yep.
And then the game's over. It's literally over. You get 2 overpowers and another discard. Like it.
You go discard first and then overpower.
Well, they all have go
but-
again. So if I get 2 tanks, 2 blues, and another blue, I get to tank, and then with that last blue, because I have 5 intellect at that point because of my my hat. So like if I pitch that correctly, you get to go tank, go again, 9 go again, whatever on hit, tank, 9 go again, and then with the last blue you attack with Teklo.
I feel like
discard.
you'd want to go Teklo, though. So they
It doesn't have go
discard
again.
right away.
No, it doesn't have go again. Teklo
If you
itself
gain
doesn't have
action
go
points,
again.
though.
Yeah, but
No,
then
I'm
you're
saying
trying
on
to
the
do
turn
too
after.
much.
Okay,
Gotcha.
like the turn you transform, you get to attack twice with him, rip their whole hand. They
Makes
don't
sense.
have a hand.
Makes sense.
And then if they do anything, you get to block. You have that insurance. You just block with him.
Yeah.
You have your 5 card hand. God forbid. I mean, if you have an arsenal, like, dude, the deck
amazing.
is insane
Yeah.
at the end of games. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's just getting there, and that's the trick. And thematically, that's what draws me to that deck. So if you aren't feeling your deck thematically, that's like that's
True.
a tough That's a tough thing.
True.
In terms of like deck building philosophy. But yeah, we kind of are down a rabbit hole. We can kind of finish with his second part.
Really, what keeps me off of brutes is like I've never been that just like fucking reckless kind of player. Like just throw caution.
You do
to the
have to
wind
kind of
and,
gamble a
like,
little with him for real.
Like
it is
I
about
like to know what I'm doing and like
fuck it, we ball vibes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about the fucking weeball.
Yeah, you
We
are.
know, Cliff.
We know. We know.
There's a second part to Zach's question here. And he says it's no secret that the game is powering down. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but we've seen a lot of keywords disappear in recent sets. I think I kind of alluded pretty heavily at that while we were talking through the spoilers. We see like overpower replacing dominate, a lot of block cards now instead of defense reactions. What other mechanics or keywords have shifted as the game is powered down, and how does that allow more of like the OG heroes some stronger cards and abilities?
I've got one right off the bat, and you guys will probably agree with me, even though it seems kind of already out there. The one real aspect we've seen a lot more of for everything is Go Again. We have seen a lot more Go Again in the recent sets than we used to see back with Welcome to Wrath and all of those ones. So it's getting easier for the new hero multiple things in a turn. But on the flip side, it's also giving those older heroes the ability to do more things. Look at what it did to Lexi. Lexi became an absolute house after Outsiders released, partially due to the ease of Go Again.
I mean, Lexi
Codex.
always had an easy time of giving things Go Again.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not only the arrows, dude. Like one of the main reasons Codex of Frailty was as potent as it is because it has Go Again. Could you imagine that card if
it'd be
it
like
Go
a
Again?
dead card if it didn't have Go Again.
Not necessarily, because you're still inflicting that frailty, you're still getting your ponder, and you're still refilling your arsenal slot, which you can then reveal with Voltaire.
Still making them discard a card sometimes.
Yeah.
Like people would probably still play that card without Go Again.
Yeah.
It is.
You just set up your arsenal, get rid of the ponder token. You know.
Yeah.
The Go Again makes that card the powerhouse that it is. That really lets you widen the chain. That's the whole reason why it's so good in Assassins, bro, is because it gives them that second attack.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, we do definitely see more Go Again. I think what Zach's saying is spot on, though, about just kind of, I mean, like the whole vibe in the community right now definitely is that the game is powering down, or we've kind of, the glory days are behind us, if you will, like those powerful.
I wouldn't call that the glory days. Boys.
Well, no, it'll go down as what
yeah.
I mean. What do you want to call it? The golden age, or it's that first, or what was the bronze age? I don't know. What was the first? We're gonna think
It was the
back.
era of
No.
enlightenment.
We're gonna think back at these like first 10 sets as like, well, maybe even he said kind of before Uprising, but like all of those heroes seemed very pushed. Tails heroes very pushed. Monarch heroes super pushed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That,
Even the Wraith
even Everfest heroes super pushed.
Sure,
Well,
Starvo.
Icelander, Starvo.
You got Genis.
That's
and
where
shit, dude.
Icelander was
Genis.
introduced. And I mean, like those 3 sets with being talented.
Yeah, look at
heroes
Icelander's
with all-
ability.
Yeah,
Like
dude,
you read her ability now, and you're like, "Wait, what? You couldn't?" It's like watching an old movie. You're like, "God, they couldn't make this today." It's like you read Iceland, you're like, "Geez, they couldn't print this card today because they just don't print cards like that anymore."
No,
You know,
you-
it doesn't feel like they.
that was the we tried it and it was a powerhouse. Like
Even as we've powered down, look at how many sets have had talented heroes recently.
one
Dusk
to
Till
fill
Dawn?
the need.
Yeah.
Yeah, one to fill the need.
We're gonna get talented heroes soon. I think in 2024, within the next set or two. I think.
Give me an
we'll-
Ice Warrior.
I think
Ice
they
Ninja.
realized
I'm
that
still-
talented heroes took it too far in the other
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think they're kind of trying to, stop the bleeding, if you will, like with these recent sets.
But I mean, even with blocks replacing like
Defense
reactions, like that's taking away a pretty big aspect of the game.
Dude, if you can't get
I
your
don't-
hands on history or any of the earlier sets, warrior just becomes a house. Because you're dumping your whole hand to try to block out a warrior now, and not
that's-
just like sneakily
That's
being
part of
able to
why
defense
I'm so
reaction.
scared of. I'm so scared of Kasai and those new warriors. Like,
Well, you
granted,
shouldn't be because you have the cards, but I'm saying like new player base, like they don't have the cards
no.
to those defense reactions, so like they're gonna potentially get mollywopped by somebody with warrior,
Yeah.
because they're never gonna be able to learn the block system of defense
Well,
reaction.
Defense reactions are half of the reaction step. Too.
Exactly.
Like I don't know.
I don't think it's necessarily a
I-
bad thing
I-
with the powering down.
No,
I wouldn't mind it if blocks could be like played during the reaction step, but maybe you can't like arsenal them.
No, you can't
You
arsenal
Like
can't.
you're
block.
still no, but I'm saying like,
Maybe they
but
make
maybe
blocks
you
that
could
can
still,
block
like,
from arsenal.
But I'm saying like maybe you
Ambush
like let them
actually
block
can.
during the
Ninja.
reaction step. Right, so you still have like something that you can do in the reaction step. You just can't like play it from arsenal because that's where the power comes from in D-React,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
you have that like fifth card,
I
especially
think-
if you have like an unmovable or like a staunch response,
Yeah.
where it just shuts down an entire
Yep.
attack.
You're
Yeah.
blocking with like the hidden card or like an extra
Yeah.
card from hand, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of giving you an extra card,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
it's just utilizing your hand more. You know,
I think like with when you look at cards like Sink Below and Fate Foreseen, just like the power of a zero block for you know, Sink Below effect, they probably just aren't going to give us those very often. That's the ceiling on a D React, and we got those in the first few sets, right? And everything right. I know.
We would
Nah,
not get those at
nah.
common anymore.
They're not going to give us another like Sink Below effect or print a
The
card better than
ceiling-
Sink Below.
Fate
If they
Foreseen
do,
is
it'll be like a
ceiling of D-Reacts is
Majestic or-
collapsing trap.
Oh,
The ceiling of
I'm
the
saying no,
reaction
no,
is
no,
collapsing.
no, Cliff. I'm saying that the cover up a breakpoint, clean zero. It's a 1 card block for like the ceiling on that is going to be Sink Below, like probably forever in the game. And I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
wrong with that.
No, it was.
What
the
do you
first
guys?
set. It was the first set.
What do you guys think of all the block cards having 3 block and none really having any variation?
No, a ton of them have 4 blocks.
Do they?
Yeah, a lot
Did I
of
just
the
miss all
blocks.
those?
A lot of the blocks have 4 blocks.
Firewall red is 4 block.
There's,
a lot of
there's,
these other ones that
Clash
can be
ones in the set.
that can be buffed up to 4, even 5.
No, there's just natural 0 for 4. Though.
No,
Yeah, dude.
no.
There's
red
not
one.
a
All
lot
3.
of natural
red
0
one.
for 4s.
Now,
There's a
most them
lot
are
of 3s.
All 3.
Well, I'll have
Which
to find it.
I'm-
crazy, or else I'm crazy.
I'm not really liking the fact that it becomes that much harder to cover breakpoints.
Are you thinking about the brute instant no fear where you get that? No,
Nope.
no. There's no blocks that are block 4.
But yeah, thinking about like Zach's question, I think this is we've kind of hit a point now where, like I said, we're gonna look back on kind of the beginning of Fab in this like with like power in mind. Like it was just
Yeah.
so much shit going on.
Yeah.
They learned from it, and now they're adjusting. We're kind of seeing that. And to be honest with you, heavy hitters, after looking through it, seems like they're kind of back on track with some of this power level. Like some of this
Yeah.
stuff seems really fucking strong. And I'm just excited to get my hands on it. And well, I'll be playing in limited, I suppose. Only I probably won't
think-
make any of these decks, but
think
to see you
it's-
guys play them, to play against you guys is going to be great.
I think it's really strong as in the aspect that it's buffing up some of the older heroes from the first set, where those heroes were powered down from all the other heroes. So if they're going to slowly power creep some other
Well, I mean,
heroes
yeah,
in,
just think of all the tools that Bravo gets in this.
Bravo, Rhinar,
Yeah.
obviously, because he's back in the set, and even Dory with half these cards.
Yeah.
Like they're powering up some of those other heroes. And Katsu got a big power up in Outsiders. Azalea got a big power up. So it's like they're slowly creeping in some of these older heroes back into the game without, you know,
Dory's about to be a fucking nightmare.
I truly think I might still continue to play Dory over Kasai. I do love Kasai very much, and I'm going to try.
Test of agility.
Yeah.
It's a 0 block for.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
it
so
is,
you
it
found
is.
the
You
one
found the
zero
one
block
block
for.
for.
Congratulations.
Well, I knew it wasn't crazy. What the fuck?
You are right. You are right. There is one.
No,
one
you're only
block.
supposed
Is there
to-
more?
you're not
I'm
supposed
gonna
to-
find another one.
That's the only.
No,
well,
I'm gonna find
actually,
another one
Actually,
right fucking now.
no.
I
That's
think
the
it
only one.
really is just those ones.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But no, I do think they're slowly bringing up the older heroes with each set, and I think that's very good for the game, to be honest, because we're gonna slowly
That's-
rotate some of those heroes out over time.
Excited to like rotate some of these OG
I
heroes
keep-
out, like
Because
they've-
not one has been rotated out, not
in-
one.
What? How many years are we going on now?
4,
Yeah.
5.
I mean, that is kind of like going against, or that flies in the face of what Zach is saying. If they're so overpowered, like and stuff, and well, I suppose Tails in Monarch really is what he's talking about. I'm sure with the the heroes being overpowered, but I think also this just shows like they're not going to be like Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're not going to be like some of these card games that just have to chase that next power level, and now we have to be better than this, and this card has to counter this, and like they're going the opposite way, empowering down actually just probably enables like a very long lifespan for the game, to be
Yes.
honest with you.
I think it's gonna help the game.
I
a lot.
agree.
I think it's
I
gonna
do
help.
think that
Yeah.
Flesh and Blood is going to be it's going to follow a really weird pattern if it continues of power level, where they'll hit the peak and they'll be like, okay, put the brakes on, this is a bit much, and we'll see it start to drop. And then we'll hit that point where once again they'll start bringing it up, testing the waters, and I really think that's the kind of
Yeah.
pace we're going to be
you see
seeing
the
out of
same
this
kind
game.
of like cycle in other card games. Like the biggest one that comes to mind there is Magic. Like, I mean, like, fuck, was that like 2 years ago now? We had things like Throne of Eldraine and stuff like that were just insane power. I mean, we had like fucking Oko in Standard.
That's when I stopped playing.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped playing
yeah,
Magic.
Yeah, because he was nuts.
I actually played that deck. Sean hated
was
it.
So good.
Just turned everything to elks and
then-
shit.
fuck, what was after Eldraine?
Dude, I don't even know.
Can't
Some
remember,
Ravnica
but, right,
bullshit
it
maybe,
kinda,
or
like went downhill.
was
a
it
little
War?
Bit, right,
Was
but
War
they
the
were,
Spark right around there
it might
too?
have been. War of the Spark was good too, though.
That was a great set.
But we kind of like powered down after that, right? They were like, whoa, like that. Some of that was a little too far, and now we're kind of coming back.
Yeah, some of these spoilers really show that they're not afraid. They're not afraid to maybe
Yeah,
kick
and,
things
I
up a
mean,
notch.
Some of it's still kind of pushing it, like those warrior actions and stuff like that.
Disgusting.
I'm
So
gonna
good.
keep coming back to those. 'Cause, like the Guardian stuff looks good. The warrior stuff looks good.
Yeah.
Like
I know the brute stuff looks really good, and I think Reinhardt definitely did get a lot of help. But I think Warrior got the buff, hands down, and we
that's
didn't
I'm
get
sure
to
like
see.
the brute stuff is good. That's not my realm in the slightest.
I've dabbled in brute.
Root's got great stuff.
I think Reinhardt.
Warriors.
I think
got
Reinhardt's going to be
great-
a fucking problem, to be honest with you.
Who?
Reinhardt.
Yes, he is.
OG
Yeah.
Reinhardt. I
What?
think he's going to be like very good.
I'm
He's already
still
so
way more
annoying
scared.
when he does his
anything
blood
that
rush
says
thing.
intimidate, fuck that, dude. Like
Not
Well-
be potentially losing your defense reaction in hand that you could potentially need, or even like any
I think
of your.
I think you like honestly, you just don't run D reacts. You just try to race them. You like you can't get because like they will always be intimidated away,
Brute
and then you have to like
hard to
take a
race,
turn
dude.
off to. Well, but I mean,
They
at the end of the day,
intimidate-
they're just
Honestly, no,
pumping
no, no, no,
damage.
no, no,
four
no.
times, and then you get 20 damage.
Well, you
want
want to be able to.
Cliff.
Well, but here's the thing: you want to be able to. Let's say they do that. They intimidate you 4 times. They deal 18. Whatever. Just picking. a
You
number.
have your full hand.
Yes.
You have your full
You
hand.
want to be able to like do
You-
something with that. You
the
don't want
game
sync
plan
Yeah, but what if
into
it's a
OG
shit hand?
Reinhardt
Well,
is just
with
to
sync
race
blows,
it.
it would
Well,
be a shit hand, right? If those sync blows were attacks or something with go again, then maybe you have a chance to like race them. I'm just saying, like, D reacts against a Reinhardt, fucking cut them all. That's what I would do. That's what I've been trying to do.
I mean, your arsenal isn't intimidated.
I know. You
I-
have to do
I
some work to
like-
get it in there. You have to take a turn off, have it in hand. Just
feel
like,
like
a
that's
one
it.
card
Am I
behind.
right,
Dude, it
Josh?
feels so bad.
I feel
It
like we're
feels
gonna
so bad
have to run
them.
unmovables and shit like that, but to potentially have one card in hand to play the unmovable from arsenal.
Maybe.
Like I feel like that's what it's gonna come down to almost.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
It takes setting up to block.
I don't know. I feel like on average though, you're probably only getting intimidated once or twice a turn though. Like how often is it
Talk
really
to
that they're
Cliff.
intimidating like 4
Talk Talk to
times.
Cliff. Talk to Cliff, dude. Fucking talk to Cliff. Cliff will intimidate you on average 3 times every turn. And that's not a joke.
Yeah.
This goes back to you're
He's
playing yellow
laughing in the background.
billowings, right? Or
Primeval Bellow.
So-
the yellow ones even.
I just want to going into like back to Zach's question, callback, the mechanics changing and stuff. This set did accentuate the intimidate mechanic, which has been proven to be a pretty damn good mechanic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, they are turning down the stuff like dominate and other things like that, but getting us to overpower. Like, I don't like the block. The block sucks. But overpower, I do like that because it's a bit more consistent to get off than dominate. But what it's also doing is it's forcing your opponent. Most opponents, they just want to block it, right? They're going to do what they can to block it. The people that know what's up with the overpower stuff, because on average it's not going to be as good of an on hit with the dominate. Most likely they just eat that and then hit you for more back next turn.
I don't know.
What is it? What is it?
Don't get me wrong. I think overpower is good. I think it was the like logical next step in terms of powering down dominate.
Dominate seemed
Overpower
like-
still feels really strong. I would say, like in the
it does exactly what dominate
in the
wants to do
current
most times.
Era of Fab, dominate feels very overpowered, and like again, like that shit would have flown a year and a half, 2 years ago, right when we were there. How many things have we seen with dominate printed?
Yeah.
Lately?
Last thing was like
Again,
Everfest.
Yeah.
Cliff, you said
Macho Grandes.
you didn't like the blocks, right?
Isolate.
Kellen.
Isolate, I suppose.
Isolate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You said you didn't like the blocks though, like the block card, the block type.
No,
I
hate it.
really don't.
I think
It
so. I think
it
like
feels like a dead card
well, no,
because I can't block with it from Arsenal and I can't play it from Arsenal.
that is one thing.
So it's automatically a card that has to be left in hand if I can't pitch it.
yeah.
No, imagine getting that block ripped from your hand from Reiner's Intimidate. It's just
And
it's
then you have to
legit a
block
dead
with
card.
your
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
It's
You still,
legit.
you still
It's
can't play.
worse
Like
than
I said, you
simple,
have
though.
to just race Reiner. That's like always the plan. Like if you have a race plan, you have a deal damage. Dude, like with my tech load deck, I have a turbo tank plan where I'm just fucking trying to get the 4 evos, and I don't even care if I transform into singularity. I just like tank
Yep.
for 9, just 9 overpower, 9 overpower. I just
I
ignore
was
everything,
gonna-
build 4 evos, and try to tank them down.
I
There's like
suppose.
2 plans I have.
I was going to say it
And-
earlier, but I'm much more comfortable with my Rhino deck into a fatigue matchup than someone who can race me.
Yes.
Mainly due to the inconsistency of Rhinar.
The thing I want-
if you're going to try to fatigue me, I sit there and I block when I want, and then when I get my turn kind of lined up, I take whatever you throw me because odds are you're not going to do anything too detrimental.
Yeah.
So I just eat it, and then I throw the 4 intimidate turning. If you're racing me, I don't get the time or the luxury to.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been like a big believer in just trying to race Reinar. If they're going to leave you with 4 cards every turn, then fucking do something with them, you know? It just seems like a lot of work to try to get the D-Reacts into Arsenal, or it just, you know, I have so many D-Reacts in Tekla-Boston where I'm almost forced to run some because I can't even make a 60 card list without some of them. So, but yeah, it that's something I actually have to fix in the deck. But I do want to talk about the blocks. I think moving into like that being a normal part of Fab and they're just being block cards, it's very easy for a new player to look at their hand and go, "Oh, I have to block with this. This is just my block." It like makes the decision for you as a new player. Whereas D-Reacts are kind of confusing for a new player. They don't really kind of know when to play them. There's been so many times against new players where like the reaction step can be confusing for them. I'm sure you guys have all explained it to people, and it's like can be kind of no, I attack, then you block, and then I attack, react, and then you know. There's a lot of steps actually that go on that like
That's
get
true.
passed over very quickly.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But the
Let's
block.
say-
Do you think
Oh,
an attack
sorry.
is?
No, go ahead, Cliff. It's fine.
How long?
I
do you
was
think
just
an
gonna
attack-
say
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
little
'cause,
bit
like-
of an offshoot, but Wesley asked me for help explaining like the action phase and stuff to a Magic player. So what I said was basically, you get your 1 action point. Think of that as your ability to do your. If you have go again, then you can continue back up to another main phase practically. And then the reaction / instant speed stuff, think of that as the stack. That's the Magic comparison I made for him, and that actually made it work for him. He was able to better after that.
And that helps if you're coming from like a background in Magic, but like if you're
Right.
coming into Fab with like no background in anything or like something else, like
The blocks help, I think, in that
Yeah.
regard. And I think if you start the game like now or within the last few months or something, and like you're introduced to these block cards first, and then you like your step up is defense reactions, because it's kind of like the fancy way to play a block card, right? Mm-hmm. Like maybe that's the progression for like a Fab player is to
Fancy.
like, well, no, like it makes sense
oh,
that like
shit, bro brought the
maybe-
T-Rex. Damn, bro. Shit.
it's maybe we were supposed to have block cards before D reacts is what I'll say, and maybe it's this is just
You got to
Then-
remember those defense reactions are all in the
'cause
first part of.
you're
first
right.
part
When's
of
the last
game.
time we had a D react?
Long time.
Outsiders.
Long time. Uprising. That all you got?
It was that all you got, wasn't it? Damn.
Was that the last E-React we got?
Well,
How
outsiders, I
fucking
guess.
poetic
Outsiders,
would
I
it
guess.
be?
A
Defense reactions.
ton
tar-
of traps. Yeah, what are we
traps,
talking
but
about?
Oh,
Bro,
damn. I was gonna
don't
say,
run
how
block
fucking
cards,
poetic
just
would it be
run
if our
titanium
last
bobble.
E-React was that all you got?
Did we get a defense reaction in Dusk Till Dawn?
I don't think
Dynasty?
so.
I don't think we got any.
Well,
Well, I mean, Outsiders
Not
was
that I can think
after
of.
Dynasty, so.
Did we in Dusk Till Dawn?
I don't remember.
Anyway.
But
Poison the well.
ultimately, that's
Negate
kind of-
us.
kind of
Sigil
like a-
Solace.
yeah. Then they lose that much, right?
Yeah.
So
I
sneaky.
want to run that.
I want to kill someone with that so badly.
Yeah, imagine how fucked that would have been.
There-
Zach, you need to run Poison the Well. Like, how fucked would I have been if you just poisoned the well my, like, back-to-back sigils, man?
Would have been the best. Oh, I kind of wanted to conclude on what Zach was saying. I think I might have already said this, but just like overall, it's pretty clear that the game has powered down with some of these hoops you have to jump through with making these cards work. Like a
Yeah.
lot of times a card will come out and there's like, damn, there's like some potential here, but you got to do all this other shit to make it have the potential, right?
You know,
to
jump
make
rope?
it do the thing.
You know jump rope?
Yeah.
Imagine two
Yeah.
jump ropes coming in at one time.
Yeah, never.
Yeah,
would
because-
never be able to do that.
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn gave us Flicker Trick.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's actually
it
a
is.
great
Yes,
fucking D react.
yes.
And
That's
Expendable
actually a
Women.
sweet card.
That
I
is.
am a huge fan of that card.
Levia got a D-React in Dusk Till
That just
Dawn.
blocks all the surging strikes. I'm just like,
yeah.
it's the best, dude. I love that card, and it needed it against ninjas, man.
So I guess Bright Lights was the last set that we didn't get a defense reaction.
yeah, they
A
gave
lot
us
of
just-
block
Which is
items, a lot of block
damn
cards. I guess a
Shame.
block card.
No.
That in the mech set.
You know,
We did
Joe.
not get
Joe
a-
said a lot of stuff that I disagreed with, but that guy did kind of convince me that mechs should never get a D react,
No.
and the fact that they gave them blocks makes sense.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
give me
I
my
can't-
Majestic. I can play from Banish, you cowards.
But
yeah. Okay.
I did want to conclude. Magic got me again.
yeah.
You know how I was talking about the Fallout?
Did you get some?
No. They're coming out with a different IP. That's even cooler than Fallout.
Yeah, Marvel. We know.
No. Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, well, I could pass on that one.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Never played Assassin's
I played like
Creed.
the first
Get out of town.
one
All
ever.
of you get out of town.
And I remember being in the
Assassin's
stupid
Creed-
Bailey's packing up.
Assassin's Creed is one of the most
All right, we'll
goated
see you next
games of
week.
all time. If you haven't played, play the game.
I can't
Nah,
You will love
let them-
every aspect of
Let
it.
them come out the Halo. Let them come out with the Halo Magic set, not buy it.
I'd rather have a Spartan.
I don't
Mech.
think you can get better than Lord of the Rings. Star Wars, maybe. Like if they do a
That-
Star Wars
Star
IP,
Wars has their own game.
doesn't mean that Magic can't do an IP or a set on Star Wars. It's still Magic cards,
Oh,
but
Disney
with Star
would never
Wars.
allow it.
Yeah, no, they got to put those into Lorcana.
Exactly.
No. If Lorcana gets fucking Star Wars cards, dude, I'm actually
They're gonna.
No,
They're gonna.
dude. No.
Dude, imagine
gonna.
some Clone Wars type
They're
shit.
gonna.
No, you guys, they can't.
Ty,
Homer
you
Simpson,
They
bro.
can't mix Anakin with Mickey
You
Mouse,
have
dude.
to understand.
No,
Homer
no.
Simpson.
They bought Anakin.
Yes,
Mickey
but-
Mouse is Anakin's pimp.
Yeah. Okay. Jeez.
There's no way.
Just
that
reminds
their
me of the
card
South
game
Park
of
episode
Disney
where Mickey comes
characters.
in. You know, he's like, "Oh, who do I have to slap?" Oh, he's just, fucking, "Hey, bitch!" Oh, he's just swearing up
Well,
a storm.
Cliff, you can't say that because Disney let Marvel go into.
No, well, okay.
Magic.
Well, I wanted to say
We're getting on
Star
a,
Wars
like,
is
wild
getting Star
tangent.
Wars is
know.
well. We're at the end of the episode anyway.
That's true.
Most of the time, we have half listeners at this point. but-
Yeah, if
We
you're still here,
appreciate you
if you're
guys.
still here,
Oh,
God
yeah,
bless
you're
you.
You're a real one, man.
Hey, though, Star Wars is coming out with its own game. Fantasy Flight Games is making an unlimited
Star Wars.
It's called Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah.
And
It's-
it will have booster boxes and packs, and it's going to be its own game. And
Drew and I were talking about it playing Lorcana one night after we bought like 12 packs each, and Drew goes, "Yeah, fuck that. I'm buying Star Wars Unlimited." I was like, "It's probably the next one that I'm gonna like."
to be
fully
honest with you,
indulge
bro,
into."
if like some of you guys, or even one of you guys, or even none of you guys get into it, I'll still probably. But
Yeah.
yeah. Even if I don't like collect it,
Trust me, you got a few fellas here that'll play with you.
all right. Well, I'm gonna get into that game for sure.
Give me a Wampa. Let me
Oh,
romp
yeah.
with a Wampa.
So the cards look cool, like the templates and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's got some elements from the old games. Yeah, it's
Star
just,
Wars Dynasty, I think it was called.
I actually never have played any of the old Star Wars card games. Never.
I never played them.
Mm-hmm.
My
I've
buddy
just- I've
Drew
just
got
heard,
some
like,
cards, but
I know Flake does a podcast that covers the Star Wars Unlimited.
yeah, Wampa Radio.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's good.
Shout out to them. Go watch it if you want, or listen, not watch. Well, they do a YouTube, so watch or listen on YouTube. But big shout out to them for doing that because it's gotten me like really intrigued into the game. Listening to him and Charmer.
I'll be getting it for sure. And if Star Wars goes into Lorcana, fucking that would be lame, in my opinion.
I agree.
But if Magic picks up Star Wars as an IP, see, they could do that with there being an unlimited Star Wars
A
game.
commander, and then you have all your clones as your like your commanders: Anakin,
Oh, yeah.
Darkseid, Sith. You know,
Could you imagine like a commander deck with just Jedi's or Sith or
be sick.
stormtroopers or
I'm all about the
ton of ships,
Assassin's
you're just
Creed
like
because of
fucking
Rogue. But
Obi-Wan versus Grievous.
imagine all your vehicles, right? But they're just like fucking TIE fighters and X-wings.
I'm gonna play my fucking Star Destroyer.
No, just play the Death Star, bro.
That's
You
to
win
make
the
their
game.
conflict.
Tap 20. Tap 20. You win the game, you know? Or whatever. Destroy target planet.
dude, I feel like the clones.
player.
I feel like the clones would be almost like tribal elves.
What are we even talking about right now?
I don't know.
You just
I don't know,
The clones would be tribal elves.
dude. I mean, that's what they would kind of base them off.
No,
of.
I know. Just that sentence.
Yeah.
Just
Why?
it's just a funny sentence.
It is. What about it?
It's just funny
know
that
I'm not
we've
wrong.
got here. You know, you're not wrong. It's just funny that we came to this point talking about
Well-
clones being a tribal elf deck.
We're rocking about 2.5 hours right now,
Oh.
boys. So shall we, as Ty likes to say,
Get the fuck out of here.
I think we're pushing 12 o'clock right now. So
Yeah, wife's gonna be mad, but
yeah, I gotta go upstairs, do some convincing.
yep,
But
just a little ass.
like we all do, you know.
Oh yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in to episode 24. It's been a long one, been a good one. Covered a lot of spoilers. This heavy hitter set I'm really excited for. Really excited for some
I
of the
know.
heroes and limited play. I'm excited to go back to that Outsiders feel from Bright Lights. Kind of got sick of that pretty quick. But you can join the Discord. That's always in the show notes. We have our email, bigdeckcast@gmail.com.
Big Deck Energy Cast.
Big Deck Energy Cast.
You'll get it right one of these times.
Don't worry. That's
I'm
good.
not holding my breath.
I always,
Dude, I don't even fucking know any
I always
of them,
think
so
it's.
I can't tell.
I look at the wrong line. Okay. I'll explain later. That's being cut out. Don't worry.
Oh no, you're keeping it in. This Minnesota goodbye.
We are on Apple Podcasts as well, so check us out there if you don't have Spotify. But next week we'll maybe get into our Wraith review of Monarch.
I think we're on. Are we on Everfest? I think we're on Everfest.
Monarch. We did Crucible last time.
Oh, I'm crazy.
You are.
Why did I think we were fucking doing Everfest?
I don't know.
We just skipped Monarch? Yeah, right, dude.
Monarch and Toa?
Fuck.
But, all right. Well, boys, as we like to say,
It's been a good one.
We bid you adieu.
signing off.
See ya.
Peace.
As always, it's a pleasure.